At the beginning, there was nothing. In the nothing, there was everything. From the nothing, light and darkness, and the grayed and the lost. Arius, Arius, the one that causes the stars to loose. The one that sees and knows all things. The one whose name the end time brings. We find the infamous band of female adventurers, the Rat Queens, at the epicenter of chaos in Cascaseria, the city of pleasure located in the middle of the largest desert in the realm. The showdown inside Baron de Bolbeck's office has lost all control. Mistrust, lies, broken promises, heartbreak are the parasites that have infested the relationships in the city's 3 resort owners, Baron de Bolbeck, Madame Bula Warma, and Auden Bjorhall. In the midst of the confrontation is one single object, a single object that has caught everyone's attention, the Chaosium. An artifact of the old god Arius, only believed to have existed in fables and fairy tales. This chaotic artifact, once released upon those around it, only causes destruction, chaos, and possibly death. We see inside the office. In 1 second, Auden Bjorhall makes his way towards Madame Bula, and he yanks the Chaosium out of the box. You see, in his right hand, the Chaosium. In his left hand, his prized possession sword, Icebreaker. For a split second, he looks up at Bula. They make eye contact. Tears whelming and forming in both of their eyes, the history of their paths culminating in this one moment. Until he finally closes his eyes, raises the Chaosium into the air, and slams it into Icebreaker. This causes a huge dark magic ripple just cascade across the room, pushing you all forcefully backwards in the respective areas you were. And then out of the dust, standing in the middle of the room, is not the Auden Bjorhall that you're familiar with. The flesh and the muscle on the right half of his face is missing, revealing a black stone skull with a hematite stone eye. And his right stone black bony arm now holds a terrifying weapon, oozing in gray smoke. What once stood a formidable steel blade is now a jagged 10-foot-long bone blade. In the eerie moment of serenity in the office, you suddenly see Braga out of nowhere charging towards Auden, going full front into this chaos, into the madness. And the instant she makes contact with his sword, a black lightning ripples across the room. And just like that, Braga is gone. As we scan across the room, we see Hannah, near a nearly petrified Madame Bula, and a shocked Robin Banks. Passed out over a dead elven body of Leon Redreed is Betty, knocked out by her own sleeping mushrooms. Then on the other side of the room, we see Violet gripping her broken hand that Auden had just crushed moments before. And finally, we find ourselves looking at a magically drained Dee, slowly coming to, not knowing why all of her clerical powers seem to be taken out of her. And finally, towards the back of the room, we see Baron de Bolbeck shaking and tremoring in the arms of Rock, his personal assistant, with the newly transformed Auden in the center of the circle. Auden looks at you all. raises his blade and slams it into the ground. And then in an instant, he disappears and melts into a shadow seeping in the floor beneath you. And he's gone.
Braga.
We're over. We're done. We're out of here. We can't do this. We're completely out of our field of depth. Braga's... we just killed Braga?
We didn't kill Braga. She's not dead.
She's gone.
She's not dead.
She's gone.
Where is she?
Gone? Oh, shit. I go down to... Smidgen. Betty.
What time is it?
Before I realize she's awake, I breathe into her nose to shock her awake.
Stop touching me! We talked about this.
Are you okay?
Huh? What?
Are you okay? I check you for scars or anything. You kind of passed yourself out. Get up.
Where's Braga?
Dead.
She's not dead.
Disappeared.
Disappeared.
Magic
What?
away. I don't know.
Can I get situated?
Sure, roll me a 2d6 plus canny. Just an update, ladies and jelly beans. Hannah, you have 5 tokens.
Whoa.
Betty, you have 5 tokens. Violet, you have 5 tokens. Dee, you have 4 tokens, and there's 8 rerolls.
We're full up.
8 blankets.
But keep donating, please.
Yeah, don't stop.
Don't stop.
We will use all of them.
Jeez, we're going to need them, actually.
Yeah.
Especially now.
What did you...
Yeah.
I got 6 minus 1 is 5. So I'm going to
Would
need
you like to use a reroll?
A reroll, please.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Do another one.
All right. So with this reroll, regardless of what happens,
okay.
it will not be a success unless you use your tokens.
Well, that was a 6. So I'll use a token for a 7, making a mixed success.
We'll just pretend you didn't move your dice there.
Okay, thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, we will be starting the first poll in the chat very soon. So be sure to get active. I'm curious to see what you vote. Get situated, yes. So you get to ask one question from that list.
What is going on here that isn't obvious to us?
Violet, you turn around and you see Baronin shaking in Rock's arms. You see him quickly glance over at Bula, Bula being shocked by what has just befallen, the love of her life, the past love of her life, suddenly taking this object, this destruction, this cursed object, and using it. As soon as those two make eye contact, Madame Bula almost kind of starts to snap out of it. She's trying to come to. She starts to kind of get her bearings. And she goes, Bilford and he's going towards the crystal.
How does this get worse again?
What?
What?
Crystal,
The crystal?
The one that we were at before?
Oh, yes, you were down there, weren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Underneath it all. So you were in the chamber and nothing happened. Did anything happen to you?
Well, what define happened?
Baronin kind of nods at Bula, still being shooken up, still being terrified by... This is the second time a Chaosium has been activated in his presence, and he does not know if he'll make it out of this one, as luckily as he did last time. Madame Bula. All right, so... Congratulations, you are all about to be told the secret of Cascaseria.
Make it quick.
Oh. The crystals that you saw in that underground cavern, when Auden and I came upon this haven, this oasis in the desert, we were so surprised to see these magical cascading waterfalls just hovering in the air. As we soon felt from being in this place, even above the ground, we felt happier, more joyful, lighter. Like we wanted to stay here. Like everything was so wonderful. We soon found in the surrounding cliffs of Cascaseria, we found the underground passageways, the naturally forming sandstone caverns that led us to the arcane crystals. These are... You've all heard of arcane crystals, small crystals. They usually grow to be the size of, that hold some magical capabilities. These are unlike any we had ever seen. They feed off of others' magic, but it's a symbiotic relationship in that they give you the warmth, they give you comfort, they give you feelings in return. As long as you are here, it is supplying you with joy and magic as well. This peace about it. So we decided to use that and build a city here, and that's why as soon as we built one small resort, everyone kept coming and wanting to stay, and the news spread about this place, this oasis of happiness in the desert. It wasn't the gambling we were offering, it wasn't the shows, it wasn't the escape, it was Cascaseria itself. That's what's so powerful, and with these crystals came something else. Baronin has stopped shaking and steps forward. The crystals, they also create a bit of a barrier. An unseen magical ward that protects Cascaseria from, sandworms, giant desert beasts and the like. So if Auden what? If Auden wanted to take out Cascaseria, he'd go and he'd destroy the crystals or corrupt them somehow, causing the waters to fall, causing the barriers to fall, causing all of us to die.
What's the quickest way for us to get there?
Oh. You can't be serious. Operation number 1 is to get out of here. This is not our problem.
Where's Braga? That's our problem.
Yeah.
What if she got sucked into Auden's sword? I mean, we have to look for her. She's a rat queen.
I don't disagree, but what if we all die? Is that a win?
We're not going to live without Braga. We're not doing that.
We're not leaving anyone behind.
Okay. Wow.
What's the quickest way to get there?
Madame Bula comes forward. I believe it would be using Baronin's entrance back into the underground once again. That would be the fastest way to the crystal sanctum.
You have to come with us.
And we need reinforcements. You all have security teams. Like, we need more bodies.
We will try, but Madame Bula looks over at Baronin, who kind of looks over anxiously back at her. They exchange a sad glance. We will try to help you out as much as we can, but if this barrier falls, if Cascaseria starts to fall, we are entitled to protect everyone who is staying within our resorts right now as well. Baronin, you brought them for a reason, did you not? Baronin shakes his head. I knew if things would go bad, I hope that they wouldn't, but you're the only people who were able to stop whatever happened at Palisades. Rock, Hannah, Betty, Violet. I don't want to go. I can't. This is all I have after my family. This is. You start to see Baronin shut down and just kind of mentally recede back into himself as Rock just kind of stands there and just goes in to hug him and embrace him. And you see Rock standing there holding Baron and Bolbeck and saying, "Hi, I'm here. I'm here, sir. I'm here. Don't worry. I'm right here with you in this moment. Everything is going to be okay. I'm here with you right now." Madame Bula looks at you. "I will try to do what I can. But I must see if my security can start preparing for the worst at the Krioka Crest, and I'm sure Baronin wants to start perhaps taking emergency mandations here at the Matagu. Lord Bilford Bargain knows what will happen at the Ice Fell." As the four of you start to see someone trying to sneak their way out of the room.
Who?
It is one Robin Banks, who has still been in this room amidst the chaos.
I think I'm closest to her.
I just point because I'm probably still drained, right?
Yeah, you're.
And I reach back before I see what Dee's pointing to, and I grab her hair.
Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
Okay.
See if you're able to grab Robin.
Oh, it's the special Hannah one.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Whatever I want to believe.
Yours is red.
Plus skill. Mm-hmm. Well, that's a Shervin. How many tokens am I at right now?
You are at 5.
So I'm going to make that a turn.
10.
Show them to a turn.
Thank you for
7 to a 10. Wonderful. Thank you, tokens. So yes,
Yeah,
Hannah.
thank you.
Almost your half demon senses were tingling as you were able to just immediately reach a hand back and grab the back of Robin's cloak before she was able to take
her hair.
her hair. My apologies. Yes. Tell me how you do this.
So... and I just grab like a handful of whatever just out of like reaction, and I realize it's hair, and I like pull even harder and whip her back to the center of the room.
Ow!
Yeah, it hurts. You okay? Because you're not getting out of this.
Listen, I did my job. I did what I was paid for, and I'm going to boot scoop my way out of here because I don't want to know what's going to happen right now.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want out of here, then we get something from the deal, too. And I rip out some of her hair.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Jeez, that was really grim. So my guts is 2s, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a mixed success.
That's a mixed
I'm
success.
going to make it a 10.
Great.
I mean, might as well.
We're going to need some more tokens.
For brutal
or
moves
or
like
don't
that.
give it to me because I don't deserve it.
Great. So with a 10. Tell me how
I'm not like trying to pull more than just strands of hair. So I just like grab a good like lock. I'm like, this doesn't mean anything to you, right? I mean, because you don't care about anything but yourself, right? So it doesn't matter if I take this because you didn't cause this. This wasn't your fault. You didn't realize that you were causing the mass destruction and our friend to go missing. You don't feel guilty about this whatsoever, right? So I don't feel guilty about taking your hair.
Listen, it's a job gone bad. You don't have to go pulling out my hair because of it. Look.
Well, I think I'm a little warranted because our friend is like dead now because of you. So
She's not dead, but
She's
also
missing.
you are warranted.
I think so.
Robin, you made this all go upside down in a really bad way, and you better help us get out of it.
Let me think about it.
Or you can have no more
I
hair.
don't think we want to work
There's
with
no
her again.
Robin,
here.
you and everyone in Cascaseria could die today.
Probably is going to. And if we stay here any longer, we're going to end up like Braga.
That is right. We are past $500. So I'm going to make a GM move. You see Robin make eyes with all of you. And suddenly you see her mouth start to move. As you see her
Oh, no.
suddenly spit something out of her mouth. And all of a sudden just a huge bunch of smoke pops up. And then in an instant, Robin is gone.
Great.
Great. You know what? Who
Thank
needs
you
her?
for
You know
the
what? Yeah,
GM
we couldn't
move.
trust her
Yeah.
anyway. She wouldn't have helped us.
Can we voodoo her?
It's just we don't have time for
We
this.
don't have time. I
Well,
agree
no,
with that.
eventually, one day we're gonna.
Oh, we're gonna hunt down her family. Like it's the whole thing. We're gonna. It's like
Okay,
a whole
it's a
chapter of our lives. We're not letting this go.
Yeah,
probably
if
ever.
we were a series of books, then we would definitely dedicate
Yeah,
that to
that's-
one whole thing. I totally
Yeah.
agree. Totally agree.
I want to know if there are any extra weapons in this room because I think some of us are less armed than we should be.
Roll me. I will say it's an office. It's like a business office.
Okay,
so
great.
There's not.
I'm on a sharp letter opener. My standards
Great.
aren't high. I just need
You want to look for some weapons?
something.
Great. Roll me 2d6 plus canny.
It could be like Scarface's office. You never know.
I'm going to need a reroll.
Wonderful.
All right. Plus canny. Is that what you said?
Yes.
That's a 7.
So 7. Violet, you do
Tokens.
have 6 tokens.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Thank you. I will use
3?
3 to make it 10.
Wonderful. So I'm going to say with a 10, you are able to find 3 weapons in this room.
Great.
Wow.
Great.
3 weapons.
Great.
One, in fact, is a very, very sharp golden letter opener. As you kind of start fumbling through Baronen's desk, you find that. Tell me the other 2 weapons you find in this office.
The other 2 weapons are up one of the legs of the desk. I just want to rip off with my good hand, and there's still the nail out of the end. That's one of them.
Suddenly you hear this as like Baronen's beautiful black mahogany custom-made desk is now legless, and it's just kind of teetered.
Is there like a stoker from a?
There is a fireplace.
Yeah.
There is a stoker from the fireplace. That's the other weapon, and it's right there in front of my face.
And I would like that because it's closest to maybe a wand-esque thing.
I
and
like
I have
that.
the dagger that I stole from Madame Bula last week. So
Did we lose all our weapons?
I just never had any.
Okay.
I will say
What
no.
do I
You still
have?
have. I say you still have your scimitar.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do I have my, what was it, short sword?
I will say
Or
you were
a
on
hand arrow? I forget which.
because it was a heist. Everyone's kind of limited on
limit.
there.
So just a scimitar.
Just a scimitar.
Just a simmy.
Just
Okay.
a simmy.
What about you, Betty? You have everything you need?
I still have all my stuff. I have my mushrooms, my daggers. You guys really did not come prepared for this.
What I'd like to do, Emily, if I can, is I'd like to tape the. I'd like to try to wrap the letter opener around my arm because I can't move it. So I'd like to just be able to. It's broken, but I want to utilize it. If
Can
possible.
I
You want to wrap?
heal also?
Can she?
You can. Yeah.
She could.
I will say.
Well, it happened in book 1.
Are you quoting the comics? No. I will say, unfortunately, D, you're still getting your strength back. You're
As
still getting
soon
your
as I-
strength
as
back.
soon
And
as
I'm going to say
happened,
before
yeah.
you roll, listen, Violet, you still can't forcefully, because you're still going to hurt.
It's just gonna hurt.
Fine.
more when you do
I'll fight one-handed. until you're
We
better.
could tape it to your head, and then it could be like a.
Oh God, we're really wasting so much time.
We better go. We better go.
Madame Bula looks at the 4 of you. I will try to do everything in my power to assist you all, but I must head back to the Creoker Crest, and I am now without a security officer, and
Sorry.
it's okay.
I mean, it wasn't my fault. It was her fault. I'm sorry.
But I must employ my gargoyles to take all the necessary precautions, start locking down the resort and whatnot. But if there's anything I think of, if there's anything I can do, I will try and offer it as I see fit. Now, please be safe. I don't know too much about these artifacts, but from my experience, your friend should not be dead. Your friend is simply somewhere else.
Like transported somewhere, like another reality. Or
From the
what?
books that I've read, perhaps. But rest assured that if Arius wanted your friend dead, that would not have happened to them. You see Madame Bula kind of pull herself up on her cane. She nods to Baronin. Good luck, friend. I hope to see you tomorrow as the sun rises. as Madame Bula slowly walks out with her cane out of Baron de Bolbeck's office towards the Creoker Crest Resort. Baronin just sits in his chair as suddenly the doors fling back open and in runs Tobias, the security warlock at the Madigan Resort. All right, okay.
Hi, Tobias. How you doing? How's it going?
Did you? I don't have time for this. All right, sir. I'm guessing things are not so good. Heard a lot of clamoring outside, so I'm gonna take up with setting up the necessary wards around the resort and executing security protocol number M. And we'll proceed with that.
M's not a number.
Yeah, it's a letter.
Proceed with number M, and I will continue to do that, sir. Just don't worry, sir. The Madigan will be fine. It's in good warlockian hands. I've got eyes.
Now.
I've got eyes all over the place.
Tobias, yeah, I know you don't like me, but we had a moment, and I just really have to know, is Tom okay?
Oh, your camel. Let's see. As he pulls open one of his watches. Yeah, it seems that Tom is still at the animal valet. It is outside, but we will
You
want me to bring him inside?
Yeah,
We will bring the animals
You can
inside.
put him in our room. There's lots of room.
We have a special room for the animals
Oh, okay.
inside.
Well,
we will put them
I mean,
there in case of emergencies.
Okay.
Tom's like the 6th rat queen, so at this point, just...
I do see his importance, and also he appears to be a very close friend to you all, so I will... Trust me, I will do everything in my power to make sure Tom makes it out of this okay.
Yeah, clearly it's the most important thing that we have going on right now.
You're right, Hannah. It is. So thank you so much for taking care of that. Okay.
You're welcome. All right. You see Baronin just kind of sit back in his chair as Rock has one hand on his shoulder as he just kind of shudders there. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Is there... I'd like to get personal with Baronin, and I specifically want to calm him enough to see if there's any other information we might get from him, just insider information or that can help us going into this.
Okay. Roll me 2d6 plus heart. Reroll, please.
I forgot to use this dice tower.
That's probably why it wasn't good.
That's why.
That's the only reason.
Yep. That's brain 8.
An 8. You do
9,
have
10.
5 tokens.
Oh, I have 5
D.
tokens? I will make that a 10, please. Thank you.
Wonderful. You use, it was an 8 to use 2?
Yes.
Wonderful. So with a 10, yes, Dee, tell me how you connect with Baronin.
I know this is really scary, and things have gotten way out of hand and not what you expected. But between you and Madame Bula, you know Auden better than any of us does. There must be something you can tell us about him, or about his motives, or about his tactics, something that can help us. Just think, is there anything about him that we might be able to use against him?
All I know is that he's a battle master. Madame Bula and him, from what she told me, they went around and they adventured together. And he was one of the fiercest warriors of the north, and Icebreaker, that's his prized possession. So something must have happened to him if something were to drive him to suddenly want to hurt this place. I mean, it's a thing that they both created, but from what he said, it sounds like he blames her love for Cascaseria, her passion for her work on the deterioration of their relationship. So I'm sure if I were him in that situation, if someone broke my heart, well, wouldn't you want to hurt them where it hurt most?
Sounds pretty unhealthy.
Not unless you were like a functioning adult who could accept loss and pain sometimes
I mean,
and work
yes.
through it and grow.
I mean, yes, but like...
This doesn't sound like who we're talking about.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
correct.
Just,
Correct.
Just bring it up point.
Sounds like Madame Bula is the key to this too.
She seems pretty checked out too, though. She's already out of her resort working with that, and we've got her.
And this is her fault.
Yeah. Kind of.
In multiple different ways.
I will say, it seems like they had a lot of miscommunication.
Yeah.
Why even get a chaosium? To what end?
It just appeared. It was so strange.
So
It just appeared.
Really?
There was just one day where, in the sands, it suddenly appeared, and we didn't know what we saw at first. Silly things that we'd read about in stories. These a thing that was a drawing in fables and origin tales, a chaosium. It was silly to think of, and so she decided to look into it, and then about a year later, apparently right after Palisades, the first Narigoth, its eyes lit up, and that's when she put it under tight security, and I thought nothing of it. I thought, great, good idea. But then when I came to Palisades for the Summer Solstice Festival, and I saw that thing in action, I knew that no one person could protect it. And so I did go against her. Should have been, look, I guess this was a real big problem with people not being honest with each other here. Okay, I mean, I admit that I hired you to go then steal it from her. Probably not super great on my part, but it's not. I'm not the only one to blame here.
But you said you didn't know where it was, and now you're divulging to us that you knew where it was the whole time.
And you knew how.
I didn't know if she had had it or if it was underground.
Oh my!
These are details we could have used. These have truths. Everyone's just telling us have truths. Last time we were like, who do we trust? Who do we trust? Who do we trust? You know why? Because people didn't tell us things like this, and now Braga's gone.
The worst case scenario for you at this moment is to have everything die, and you deserve it.
Oh, we gotta go. We have got to go. Betty's right. Betty's been saying we had to go earlier, and we just stood here in this office.
I said we had to go, but anyway.
You start to feel a slight rumbling on the ground beneath you.
What's next?
We have to get to the caves.
I don't know how I'm gonna help. I'm useless.
Maybe just don't touch the crystals. I don't know. We were okay for a second in there, but then...
Can I carry D as we start going?
Roll me 2d6 plus guts, because
I know.
you do have
Bad
a
arm.
broken... I would say if you didn't have a bad arm, I would have said you just do it automatically, but I'm going to make you roll for this because...
Can I help?
Sure, yes, Betty, roll your bond with Violet.
I'm good over here. Good luck there.
Let's see. My bond is over here.
My
Okay,
body was over.
4, 5, 6. That's a 7.
7, you will get a +1, but you are also prone to something. Great.
If it doesn't go well.
Oh my goodness.
What's it plus?
A 1.
So that's a
and your
7.
guts?
7, 8, 9. And then I'll use a token for a 10.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. So, Violet, as you do, tell me how you pick up
Yeah,
D.
I'm gonna scoop her up at her waist with my left arm, and then I'm just gonna shift her over. So she's just gonna have to grab onto me.
Whoa! What are you doing?
This is the only way I could think of it. There
As
are probably
you-
a lot of options.
As you do shift D onto your back, Betty, you were there trying to help, almost spotting D as this happens, but unfortunately, as D kind of swings herself onto Violet's back, you get kicked in the face for 2 points of damage.
Sorry, Betty.
What?
Sorry, Betty.
Sorry. I mean, that happens when she goes to concerts, though, too. You mosh pit all the time.
It's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine. It's just a little bleeding. It's fine.
Violet, it's not just like physically I'm not any help. I can't use my magic in there. It messes me up.
Do you want to stay?
Well, I don't know. What should I do? What can I do to help?
You know, not that I think we should separate, but if you really feel like you got to recoup, I think now is not a bad time for you to do what you do best and sit in a corner and read and see how we can save Braga. If you really want to stay behind. It's not what I'm suggesting, but it's an option.
I'd prefer if D comes with us, because at the very least, maybe you can just stand outside the door and think of ideas. I don't know. I feel like we're going to need all the help we can.
You can definitely read outside the door.
It's up to you, D. We support your decision no matter what.
D, roll me 2d6 plus your skill really quick.
Oh, no.
Okay. We're already missing Braga. I just don't want to see any more get separated.
I hear it. I hear ya.
I hear you.
It's valid.
Plus what? Your skill.
Oh, pretty.
It's as cold as ice for fell in here.
10.
With the 10, you are starting to feel your abilities coming back.
Oh.
Even more, like you are secure, and that you are feeling your magic coming back, your abilities coming back.
Okay. I think I can do this. I just want to do something maybe on the way there. I'll just walk a little behind you guys.
All right, I'll put you right back down.
Don't hit her.
Yeah, okay.
As the four of you begin to make your way from Baronin's office doorway into the underground caverns of Cascaseria, we cut to Braga in the nothing.
Oh.
In an in-between space. Braga slowly opens her eyes and finds herself floating in just a marbled sky of gray. She just floats there effortlessly. This feeling of dread, of hopelessness, starts to come over her. And then after the dread passes, this kind of feeling of indifference, of no emotion, of just existence. She continues to float for what feels like hours and days. She just lays there and slowly closes her eyes again. We cut back to the underground meeting room directly beneath Baronin de Bolbeck's office. As the four of you enter, you notice a figure sitting in a chair. What do?
Do we recognize this person?
You can roll to see if you recognize this person.
I'd like to do that.
I'm going to say, thank you everyone so much for the tokens. There's a few of you who have baggage. I'm going to say, Hannah, you're feeling especially selfish right now, and you don't even want to, you are just not going to even check who this is. You're just going to barge right in.
So explain the room just so I understand.
It is a sandstone. This is a man-made carved room. One of the only man-made rooms kind of in this underground cavern structure that has a large sandstone table, 3 kind of carved chairs.
That's where they all meet.
Yes, that's where they all meet, yeah.
And this person is silhouetted or sitting there?
Kind of. It's very dimly lit. There's no fire. There's no light in this room.
Great. So is it possible this person already has seen us enter or heard us enter?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But you're just going to go...
Yeah, no, I was wondering if I could sneak up and, Anyway, before this person has a chance to turn around, I'd like to take my dagger and hold it up to their throat, like from behind.
Wonderful.
Or into any fucking games right now. Who are you and what do you want?
I felt bad, all right.
Oh my God, give me one reason why you shouldn't adorn my stoker that's supposed to stoke a fire, but instead I'll just walk around with your head on it like a trophy.
Look, all right, okay, I've been on my own for so long because of the BS like this. I don't trust others. I work alone. The pious person pays me, gets my work, and you're right. You know what? I did help cause this. I'm not innocent in all of this. I thought what I was doing was a job. I was just doing a job, getting it done. I didn't think about the repercussions of my actions. So
even when we literally told you what the repercussions were,
I thought it was all made up. I thought Madame Bula told me ask no questions, grab the Chaosium, make you all trust me, and then just bring it back to her.
I cut the side of her cheek. I don't give a shit about anything you have to say because this is just another trick you're playing against us, and you're just trying to win us over to screw us over for something else.
Roll me 2d6 plus skill to see how well you're able to kind of nick her cheek.
4, 8. Where are my tokens?
You have 4 tokens, Hannah.
Great. So that's a 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to use 3 of those.
Wonderful.
Yay.
So I'm going to say with a 10, yes, you were able to precisely just, kind of give her a nice kind of new scar right on her cheek.
I swear to God, you tell us something right now. This is going to be your last. This is going to be last words.
Look, I'm here to help. I'll die trying if I have to.
Why? Why?
Because maybe I do have a heart, and maybe I don't want to run away from this anymore.
It's not a good enough reason.
Betty.
What's up?
Suddenly you start to feel incredibly naive as your baggage is triggered, and you just, when you're when you're feeling, you just, you take people, especially in this position, are preaching such good words. You got to just take them at their word regardless.
And you stop me just as I'm about to dig into her other side of the cheek too.
Hannah, we talked about this. No carving. Wait till we talk. It's a little bit here. Listen. We've all made mistakes. Okay, Robin? And, there's that saying, fool me once, shame on somebody twice. There's that whole numbers game, and I'm not good at counting. I'm just trying to say that if you promise you're not going to cross us again, I think we're going to have to go ahead and trust you because we don't have a lot of choice right now.
Betty?
But listen, caveat. If you do cross us again, I will just let Hannah go all wet and wild, and you're going to have a bad day.
And you know what? I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to go slowly.
All right.
It's a death by 1,000 cuts.
Okay, all right, Hannah.
Tone it,
You're at
it. You're going to have another cut.
Yeah,
I'm going to bring Demon Daddy back just for...
Yeah, so as you can see, she gets super deathy, so we gotta just don't mess with our family. But I want to trust you. I want to believe that people can change, that we can learn from our mistakes. So Robin, you gotta be straight with us. Are you really gonna help us? I want to believe you.
I promise.
She already promised once.
Yeah. Well, I don't really have much left to bet on except my own life, so if I don't die from this thing, well, I'm sure you all can kill me.
This is the last thing we need to do is just watch and make sure she's just gonna... We can't even turn our backs on her.
She has nothing to gain at this point.
I say we just bring her. I mean, more targets, right?
Well, that's a point.
You get to walk behind the poker. I mean, in front of it. In front of it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For the clarification, because I was about to think you lost your mind there, Violet.
Actually, Violet, you did mean you're gonna walk behind the poker because just feeling your hand, seeing you really trusted Robin, and you actually do. Your baggage is triggered, and you do see some semblance of perhaps a sister that you always wanted in her, and so you're gonna kind of tell everyone to tone down.
Out of your mind.
Do you know, I believe in second chances. My family doesn't believe in second chances. They say you make a decision and that's who you are and that's it. You're gonna be a dwarf with a beard, or you're gonna shave it and be a hipster dwarf and that's it. There's no back and forth, but I believe in second chances. And we trust you. If Betty trusts you, Betty's my family. I trust you too.
D, has everyone lost their fucking mind?
Apparently.
Hey, we all came from somewhere, a darker place than where we are now, and now we're family.
Can
so
let's just... She's not a rat queen, though.
She's not a rat queen. She's
not
definitely
a rat queen.
not.
Yeah.
But the one that is Braga, and she's gone.
And we need her back, and we do need more bodies, and she has some skills that we could use.
Come on, Robin, let's go.
All right, I'll walk behind the poker.
I second what Betty said, though. Hannah, we will sick Hannah on you if you betray us again.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's basically the devil. Like it's weird.
Look
Just
at those
horns,
horns. Look at those
fangs.
horns.
I mean, she's a tiefling. I feel like that's a little offensive to say she's a devil.
No, she's like a demon. Like,
I conceive things behind my head.
Yeah, it's real
so if you're
weird.
doing things, I know. I've only 1,000 cuts. 1,000 cuts. Instead of 1,000 cuts, you just got one of them.
You start to feel the ground shake and tremor
Okay,
beneath
let
you.
me-
Even harder now.
Before we leave here, I go up to Violet and I just, where's your arm now? I just take her arm and I cast a healing spell. I'm going to cast Cure Moderate Wounds because this is at least moderate.
I will say, all right, roll me 2d6 plus skill, D.
Seven plus 1 is 8. Do I have tokens? I think
yes, you have 4.
Thank you, donors.
Thank you, donors.
Tokens are great.
I will use those 2 tokens to make that a 10.
Wonderful.
And so the healing.
I'm going to say you roll 2d6 to
Okay.
see how much you heal Violet. And in the meantime, thank you all so much to everyone who has donated so far. You are all amazing. If you'd like to donate and be a part of the show, you can do so at oneshot.storylogic.com. Or if you just want to donate in general and if you just want to keep contributing to Millions Missing and Emmy Action, go to streamlabs.com/hyperrpg. Everything is going directly to those, to Emmy Action tonight, and you can just donate there if you don't feel like being a part of the show or if you don't know how to contribute in that way. You can just donate there and just give your kindness and your love to this amazing foundation.
That's 7.
Wonderful. With a 7, Violet, you start to feel the bones in your hand like reforming as your hand now feels a little bit stronger than it used to.
Thank you.
Might still want to, not smack people around too much with it, but
I won't, unless I have to.
yeah.
Thank
Anyone
you.
else need healing?
I'm feeling pretty good.
No, I'm okay.
I wouldn't kick me out of bed,
Okay. I'd also like to just be separate from the group as we're walking because I want to petition my god, Narigoth.
You want to petition your god. How do you want to do that, D?
Well, I have this thing called divine guidance. When I petition my deity, according to the precept of my religion, I'm granted some useful knowledge or boon related to Narigoth's domain. So what I would like to do is see if Narigoth, in his infinite wisdom, whatever, might have some type of knowledge about where Braga is and how we can find her.
Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
Plus skill?
I will say plus heart.
Thank you, GM.
Since you're trying to connect with Narigoth.
I'm rolling a lot of ones. Okay, that's a 6 plus 2. 8, right? Yeah, 8.
With an 8.
I do have tokens, though.
Oh, yes, you do have 2 tokens.
I'm going to use a token episode.
I'm going to use the tokens. I want my Braga back.
All right, you use your 2 tokens.
Thank you, tokens.
D, how do you channel Narigoth?
So I just step away from the group a little bit to a little quiet nook of this room. And I put my hands palms forward by my side and just kind of close my eyes and get very still with my heart forward. And I start to do a low chanting prayer to call upon Narigoth and commune with him.
As you begin this low chanting prayer and you close your eyes, from kind of just the black of your own eyelids, you suddenly find yourself slowly looking upon a very reflective pool. In the pool, you can see the cosmos as you kind of look above you, and you see this kind of beautiful mixture of greens and blues and stars dotted in the sky cosmos above, where out of the water slowly rises the head of Narigoth. And without opening its mouth, you can hear Narigoth talking to you in your mind.
Hello, priestess.
What's up?
Why do you call upon Narigoth, doubter?
Well, clearly, even I can't deny that you can see some stuff that I can't. And I have a friend who's missing. We don't know where she is, and we really need her back. because we're about to get our asses kicked. And a lot of other people are probably going to die. So I need you to help me find her. In your infinite wisdom and power. Amen.
And why should I help you? You are one that doubts my existence, yet constantly calls upon my abilities.
Because D, you did receive 5 tokens, so your baggage is being triggered. So unfortunately, in this interaction with Narigoth, in order for Narigoth to truly answer your questions, you are going to have to promise it something.
Oh, no. Okay. Okay. Good points. You make very good points. Those are all true things you say about me. I am a doubter, and, I'm not sure what you're really trying to do here, to be honest, because you have not proven to me that you are actually a good god that people should be praising. But I really need something right now, and so I'm willing to help spread your message and convert some believers or something. Two believers. Oh. That's it.
You must promise me something else. D, daughter of Narigoth, you will come into contact with a certain individual. You must kill them and promise me you will.
How will I know who they are?
You will know them as the Lost King.
You want to tell me why I'm killing someone for you, Narigoth? Can't you just kill someone yourself?
Everything happens because of the actions that have already been taken. D, if you truly want to stop whatever is happening on your plane, you must do this not just for me, but for all of us. The return of the old gods is threatening us. Your friend can be saved. Find the artifact. Destroy it. Only you can, D.
How do I destroy it? We tried before, it didn't work. They're impossible to destroy. I need some more information.
You've done it once. Once the vessel is broken, it can be easily undone. Give me your hand, D.
You see one of the tentacles from Narigoth's mouth kind of just emerges and wraps around your left hand, D. And you feel a slight constricting. And then as the tentacle kind of slithers away, you now see the mark of Narigoth on your left arm. As you see these kind of ancient runes form in a tentacle-like formation around your hand.
I have given you the ability, the strength to destroy, but
You start to feel the mark start to burn on you.
if you do not kill the one I have told you to kill, you will be taken instead.
Got it. Great, fine. Yeah, I'll do it.
The deal has been made.
As Narigoth sinks back into the cosmic pool, and you find yourself back in the sandstone caverns of Cascaseria. And as you look at your left arm again, you see a faint remnants of the runes as they kind of just lightly appear on your skin now.
What?
I don't know. We've been walking for 10 minutes.
Oh. Yeah, cool. Okay.
Just what you say? The first word you say is what?
What? No.
We didn't say anything. No one's been talking.
Okay.
You okay?
I'm fine.
Sure.
You feeling better, you think?
Yeah, I just had to like meditate a little bit,
What?
Great. This
What?
is going great.
All right. What? Yeah. Okay.
Yep, fine. Everything's cool. Let's go.
As the
Yep.
4 rat queens and Robin Banks, following in suit, reach the crystal sanctum, the arcane sanctum. It appears to be different from when you were last there. These somewhat warm, soft, slightly chiming, glittering crystals. You start to see these sharp kind of black veins start to flow through them. As the center arcane crystal is slowly being corrupted, and the veins shooting out from it have now echoed into the other crystals in the cavern, Betty, you start to suddenly feel your bag start to burn.
I toss it away.
You toss it out, and as you see, like, almost it starts to disintegrate from the inside as the 2 crystals you picked up earlier have now started to turn this kind of dark, disgusting, smoky gray.
Oh man, I was gonna make really good drugs out of those.
Probably would have been great. We would have had a fun night. But, we're probably going to die anyway, so.
So looks like the darkness is coming for us. This is not good. Any of this.
Dee, I know that you already decided this, but you shouldn't go any further.
Be careful.
Suddenly emerging from the center in a dark, gray, black puddle is the Chaosium Auden Bjorhall. He smiles, and you see his black stone skull teeth glistening in the reflection of the crystals. He just cocks his head and slams Chaos Breaker, his new sword, into the ground. It creates a rippling effect as you feel the ground shaking beneath you. And then you see his left arm start to pull something. He's all of a sudden, his left arm seems to be doing something immensely difficult. As you see the body of the once destroyed Cold Snap start to reanimate for a second time. And the head of Cold Snap, that was once decapitated, start to floating as well as the 2 come together and are now reformed. And Cold Snap's entire being is now an onyx and hematite dragonborn, completely gray with black. Her black dragonborn spikes are even now more articulated as her jaw just hangs open, and you see this kind of gray, smoky, icy breath coming out from her jaw. Auden smiles and then disappears once again. And Cold Snap just stands there, the reanimated Cold Snap, the Chaosium Cold Snap, stands there staring at the 5 of you, waiting.
Okay, Robin, now's your chance.
Wait, guys. Cold Snap, this reanimated Cold Snap is not our ultimate goal. We have to stop Auden.
Yeah.
Where does he keep disappearing to?
What if we use some magic to try to stop whatever he's trying to do to the crystal?
It's definitely mage light time, for sure. It might work.
If I can get close enough to him, I should be able to destroy the Chaosium.
What?
You're in too weak of a state. Not that I'm here to dictate what you've been going through, but you already spoke your words about not feeling...
I know, but I had to ask Narigoth to do me a solid.
Is that why you weren't talking?
Yeah, I just hate when I have to do that. You know
Oh,
how
girl,
I get.
I kicked my demon daddy out for a reason. But I think now's as good a time as any to use whatever backup we have.
Exactly. So,
Chaos Snap starts to slowly take steps towards you.
Come on, Robin, now's your chance. I think this is as good a time as any to see if she's really willing to help us.
Fine, all right, I'll do something. Great, y'all just keep talking here as Robin withdraws this beautifully like gold encrusted and enchanted crossbow.
Oh, snap.
And she just withdraws it from behind her kind of magical shawl and lines it straight up at Cold Snap and starts to fire.
There
and
you go.
see the crossbow bolts just
Oh, crap.
Yikes.
go through Cold Snap until Cold Snap, Chaos Snap, I should say, raises a hand, and you start to see the armbands on Chaos Snap glow as this dark smoky magic starts to encapsulate the steel bolts that Robin has just fired. 3 of them exact. As you see Cold Snap, Chaos Snap, Cockerhead move her finger around, and the steel bolts start to slowly turn back around. And they are now headed your way. One at you, Hannah. One at you, Violet. And one at you, Dee. What do you want to do? I will say, Violet and Dee, you might feel like working together or something.
I do.
Yeah.
I do feel like that.
You
Yeah.
feel a combo coming on.
All right.
I have this desk leg, and it feels like a bat to me that would be beating off arrows if I've ever had one before.
Yeah.
And so I just want to
Okay.
take it out and just jump in
Yeah.
front of Dee, and then if
I have my scimitar, so I'm gonna, as you jump in front to do that, I'm gonna pull this out and then bat away the other one.
Great, so you're kind of, Violet, you're going
So we're
low,
kinda like
Dee, you're going high.
exactly.
Yeah, we like cross.
Violet, your table leg weapon, and Dee with your scimitar. Yes, as soon as these steel bolts start firing towards you, you're able to ping, ping, block them, and you're actually able to, Violet, you're almost able to reach out the leg and stop the one that's headed directly towards Hannah as it pierces through the leg and just hangs there.
I would have had it.
you would have, but you didn't have to.
We got your back.
Robin turns around and looks at you all. Do I just keep shooting? I don't know what to do here.
Yeah, keep shooting until those come back at you.
Oh, you have your little magic cloak thing. Oh, wait. Throw the magic cloak in. Cold Snap. Chaos Snap.
How does that make sense?
Because it'll make Chaos Snap small and easier to defeat.
Or disappear
Sorry,
completely forever.
Yeah, my cloak kind of it's an at will thing. It's not gonna, if I throw it, it's not gonna do that necessarily.
okay.
I see.
Plus, if that thing is small, then I don't know if we want it getting out onto the public.
I'd like to sprint. Let me see if I understand the setup of us. Is Robin is Cold Snap here? Robin's here, and I'm here. Or
Yes.
okay, great. So I'd like to sprint towards Robin, jump off her back, and land the stoker in Cold Snap's head.
I will say, Hannah, you do have a combo. It is with Dee.
D, alley-oop.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's gonna fortify the Robin's back to be like a running, jumping slope. And I'm gonna run, jump, and take the. Are you the physical slope? I was thinking with your magic.
I'm like, okay, I'm ready.
Well, that's fine too. You can just you bounce me with your magic or something, and I run off of that and slam the stoker into Cold Snap's head.
Yeah, you see Dee kind of grab onto Robin, and Robin goes, "What?" And suddenly she feels, you're
And as I take the final step off of Robin, I hit her head just a little too hard.
Ow!
Yeah, bitch. And jump off the perfect, almost like. Have you imagine someone trying to make a 3-point shot and their legs go spread and I know it's never happened, but imagine me doing that, landing a basket.
you see the slow motion as Hannah just kind of arcs with this poker and slams it right into Chaos Snap's cranium.
And you see it go all the way through the jaw.
You do, and because Hannah, this was a combo move, so it's completely successful.
Yes.
As you were holding that, it's almost as if your passion and your magic became imbued in the poker, and that was why it was able to successfully pierce through the smoky kind of visage and the smoky body form of Chaos Snap. As now you start to see Chaos Snap kind of stutter and kind of convulse backwards as the Dragonborn tries to yank the poker out but can't seem a hold out of it.
Yeah, and I whip around to now I'm on top of her, so I can kind of guide her depending on how I twist the.
Roll me 2d6
Yeah,
for skill.
I understand.
Okay.
I want to roll for that.
Can I help Hannah too?
Sure, yeah, roll me.
Yes, you
Betty,
can.
roll me. And Betty, I just want to let you know, you have 9 tokens.
So whatever this is, you got it.
You should.
Well,
she
that
don't
was
need it.
11, 12, to 13 anyway.
Great, Hannah, you have a +2 to this roll.
Why not make it a 15?
Yay.
Oh, shucks. All right. That was fun. +2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Plus skill.
which is a straight 9, and I'd like to use my final token unless I've erased.
You have 1 final token, yes.
Yay.
And that sounds like a
Wonderful.
good enough time to make it a 10.
So I, to help her, I would, I run over there and I just grab Chaos Snap around the ankles and I'm like, go get him, Hannah!
So now, suddenly, Violet and Dee and Robin now see Betty as you release Chaos Snap's ankles. We now see Hannah just like riding and steering Chaos Snap.
Do what you will!
I want to take. I want to splinter off some of the wood on this leg, and I want to create fire with it. I want to basically create a torch with it.
Roll me 2d6 plus canny to see if you're able to like quick think.
Now,
And
is it canny or is it skill? I'm
Sounds
just
like
asking.
I would
I'm
say
just
it's canny because this is a little creative, some quick thinkings.
'Kay.
on Violet's part.
All right. So how many tokens do I have?
Violet, you have 4 tokens
Yeah.
left.
Okay.
There's also 6 rerolls.
Oh, that's right.
Great.
Well, I got a 7, but then -1 for candy is 6 plus 4 tokens.
Yeah, do it, girl.
4 tokens is 10.
Woo, thank you so much for your
Thank
donations
you
and your
so much for
support.
these donations. Yes.
So yes, with a 10, Violet, you are able to, just snap that wood in half, make this fire. How does it go?
I real quick splinter it off. I get all the static, and then it ignites an amazing flame, and then I pick it up and I walk towards them, maybe as like a distraction of sorts.
How's that supposed to help?
I will say that Cold Snap or Chaos Snap is completely enthralled and just focused on you now, and you can, since it was a 10, you can continue this kind of distraction. Would anyone else like to do anything?
I would. Great distraction. Queens, you're killing it. I'd like to approach stealthily, if possible. See if I can get close to Auden without him noticing me.
He's not in the room right
Oh,
now.
where did
That's
he
right,
go?
he's-
He hasn't disappeared. He just kind of disappeared.
We'd have
You
to
could
find
try to
him.
detect if you know where he is.
Yeah, I want to try to find him.
Great. Roll me 2d6 plus. I'm gonna say skill.
Okay.
Because you're kind of consulting your knowledge of the old gods and using that to see if you can focus your magics in that sense.
Okay. That is an 8 plus 1 skill. Is that right? Character sheet, don't go away. Yes, so that's a 9, and I'll add a 1 to that. Do I have any tokens
You
left?
do not have any tokens
Oh.
left. Betty's the only person with tokens. Betty has 9 tokens.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'll take the 9.
With a 9, you're able to get a sense of where Auden is.
Okay.
He has not left the room fully.
Oh, he's watching.
Betty, what do you want to do?
I want to try to knock Cold Snap in the ankle so that she falls over and impales herself with the bottom part sticking out and through the chest.
Oh, like causing her to bend?
Yeah, it's causing her to bend over.
Ooh.
Wonderful. Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
I could do this all day!
Hopefully not all day. Oh my god, that was
Oh
a natural
my
12.
God, give away your tokens already.
Yeah, so that's a 12.
Great. With a natural 12, yes, Betty, you're able to you see all the physics going through your mind. Tell me how this plays out.
I run up to Cold Snap and I just know exactly where to kick her in the Achilles tendon to send her tumbling down. And then I elbow her in kind of the crotch area so she doubles over. And Hannah pulls down with all her might, and we just kind of push the spear into the rest of her abdomen as she falls down.
And I'm like twisting.
You just see now, a now skewered like jaw to torso Chaos Snap, who's just kind of laying there.
grab it from the outside. That's pull. And just pull.
I mean,
pull.
Pierce, did we just go up and
No,
down? I mean,
no. Just you pull. If you pull it, then just pull her
this way,
face
then
off.
up, and then down. And okay, just
Just pull it. Pull it.
Just die again, please. Jesus.
Who's doing this?
So I'm trying to tell the smidgen to pull from her angle so that when she pulls the stoker out, it's going to rip her stomach out and her face out.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Wow.
It's all dark over here.
Well, hey, we got to end it somehow. Smidgen, pull!
Okay. Does roll again to pull?
Yeah, roll me 2d6 plus guts.
No. Oh.
6, 7, 8, 9. I've got so many tokens. So I'll use a token for a 10.
Wonderful. With a 10, you were able to pull it out, but instead of just like it isn't a physical pull through. It almost like as you pull this magically imbued fire poker from Hannah, you see it almost pull through the smoky essence of Chaos Snap, essentially pulling out the Chaosium's magic from her reanimated body. As you withdraw it quickly, you kind of suck all the chaos out.
Nice.
And her body falls back onto the ground.
I pray for her sake that she's never reanimated. This is a complete desecration.
I'm gonna burn her body.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, usually I would say no, but this is
It's just gonna happen.
completely-
It just has to happen, and it's just happening.
And I, as you do that, I go over to D to to hand you the stoker to seal the bad gray out of it,
Nice.
so this can happen at the same time.
Wait to seal the bad.
Like because did the energy get put into the stoker?
No, it's just kind of almost like it's kind of like
Dissipated it?
hanging on to it right now.
So I want D while
clean
you're
it,
burning
cleanse
to cleanse
got
it. To
Great. So I'm gonna say you just are able. Actually, I'm gonna make you roll for it. Roll me 2d6 plus. I'm gonna say heart. Can you really just kind of? You have to burn a body right now, and that's hard. That's a little difficult.
not with that roll. Oh,
7, 8.
we have a reroll, but you don't need it. I think if it's an 8.
It's an 8.
It's an 8. I will say yes. You're able to get the gusto up to do this. But I will say you take a -1 on your next roll just because you're kind of like a little emotionally compromised from doing this. This is not something Violet, you all, the Rat Queens simply go out, do mercenary-like jobs, get the gold, come back. You're a little in over your heads right now, and you're starting to feel it, Violet.
I'm just gonna shakily. Gotta get out of here.
D, you want to cleanse the rod. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Roll me 2d6
I heard it
plus
too.
skill.
These dice are cursed.
Yeah, I think they're cursed.
Clean it.
It's
Clean it
always a 6 or 1.
real
Or 6 or
good.
2.
I can clean that rod, D.
Oh, I'm gonna clean it real good.
Yeah, cleanse that. Cleanse it.
Get real clean.
Can't wait to watch you cleanse
What am I
it.
rolling?
You're rolling 2d6 plus your skill.
This was our clean show.
I'm cursed.
Reroll.
No, it's fine.
But at least
It's
it was a 2, not a 1.
I keep rolling the same numbers. It's
Oh.
wild. So yeah, that was an 8 plus 1 is 9.
9. You are able to get most of this kind of residual chaos out of this poker, but unfortunately some of it kind of just almost sparks off and seeps back into the ground and into the crystals around you.
Guys, is there a way to cleanse these crystals? I mean, if these go down, I guess the whole town goes down.
Oh, we just gotta kill.
Auden's still here.
Auden.
He is.
He's here.
Yeah.
I
And
scoop
on
up
that-
my stoker just so it's clear.
Yeah, I have my scimitar out.
Ladies and gentlemen, that second poll will be starting soon, so please vote on that second poll. I'm very curious to see what you pick. So get active in the chat. The poll will be starting soon.
All right, let's just burn this mother down then, huh?
We have to draw him out.
How? I'm gonna try to get situated and see if I can sense where he is hiding. Just using my powers of observation. Can I? Or do I need magic? 'Cause I don't have magic.
I'd like to do something too. Maybe we can work together.
Betty, I will say you can roll to get situated.
Can we combine our powers? Because I would like to basically draw him out by getting personal and making him feel things about, remember, like, Madame Bula stuff.
Maybe I can help her and look around the room
Yeah.
while she's trying to be busy and see if I see visual cues.
Exactly, yeah, maybe, like...
Do 2 in 1? But with withdrawal. I think. Yeah, I don't know. How doing this, Shively? I don't know.
I want D to roll 2d6 plus heart first,
Okay.
and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
These are blessed. I feel it.
We're mad with dice power.
Yes.
Reroll?
Can I get a reroll?
Yes, you can. There are 5 rerolls
Please,
remaining.
Narika.
Yay! Let's use them, girls.
Rigoth. Come on. It's an 8.
Plus heart.
Plus heart, 10. Thank you.
Okay, with the 10, Betty. How do you start to talk to Auden?
I start sauntering towards the middle of the cavern. Get a little, maybe too close to the crystals that are being compromised. Oh, yeah. But I say, "Hey, Auden. Sucks for you that you fell in love with a woman who's stronger than you. That must have really hurt you." I mean, I can't even imagine how that must feel for you. To come out to the desert, build this place with this perfect angel of an orc woman, and then realize that you would be nothing compared to her. And you would have to resort to all this.
You start to see the center crystal start to vibrate a bit.
Keep going, burn him again. Let's shame him. He's fragile male ego.
You know, you remind me of a book I once read.
Get him!
It was about a little boy who is scared of his own shadow.
Oh!
And he must feel really bad.
He was so scared of his shadow that
How scared was he?
he would go out into the sunshine and he would have to run back inside again and never see the sun because he was so scared of his shadow that he was afraid. You're hiding just like that little boy.
Oh!
Got him.
Burn! That's sick. You need some ointment for that burn.
Robin Banks just is staring at the four of you. Just like,
you're useless right now. Get him, D. Go for the kill.
the crystal starts, the center arcane crystal starts to vibrate even harder.
One more. Get it. One more.
Oh, man.
Go for the kill.
Auden. You know what Braga told us? Braga told us that you are a sad, broken man on the inside. And that whenever you see an orc woman, you just fall on your knees and cry like a little teeny tiny baby.
Oh, that's really painful.
Wow.
That's like,
I think maybe we went too far.
a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we're egging her on. So it's kind of our fault.
It just wasn't so much of a sick burn, just like a sad reality.
Yeah.
Betty. Unfortunately,
Oh no. Sorry.
your naivete gets you
Something cool.
very caught up in just the burnout that's happening right now with D. So you get super into it and completely forget to continue to check your surroundings.
Cool.
Good old day! Make her feel really bad!
As the center crystal shakes violently, Betty, you do not notice one of the 5 kind of pinnacle crystals surrounding that center one breaks loose and starts to fall directly over you. And then suddenly, you feel a force from behind you.
Oh.
You feel pushed. As the 4 of you hear a horrifying crash in the room. Betty, you turn around, and there is Robin Banks underneath the crystal, who has just now saved your life.
Robin?
Oh,
What?
you almost got real good.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is really heavy. Ouch. Oh.
Can we try to lift it?
Yeah.
I'll say, Violet, yeah, you can roll me 2d6 plus guts. See if you can lift the crystal off of...
Can I help?
Sure. Betty, roll me 2d6 plus your bond with Violet.
Oh God.
That's not very
Do
good.
reroll.
4,
You do
5.
have...
Can I re-roll the
You have 9 tokens.
Oh, well, yeah.
I would just do a reroll. Well, you do.
Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You can do a reroll if you want.
Yeah, I'll do a reroll. It's kind
Great.
of a lot of tokens. Okay, reroll. I'm helping.
Oh my gosh.
That's a 12. That's a 12.
Betty, you help so well. Violet, you get a +2 to this roll on top of your guts.
Awesome. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes.
Yes, Betty, almost you immediately come over and start to help Violet as the two of you are able to lift this large, kind of now poisoned arcane crystal. Luckily, the magic is not burning your hands as you lift it, but you're able to kind of lift it up of Robin's body and toss it to the side rather quickly.
Robin.
Robin, thank you for that.
Why did you do that?
Well, it's gonna sound so funny. I don't know. I see your tight little group, and I always surrounded myself with people who lied to me. People who were only out to take care of themselves. People who were only looking out for number one. And you all showed me that there can be. You can find a family out there. You can trust each other and support each other and take care of each other, and it's funny. Maybe this once I wanted to try being selfless.
I'm sorry. Are you dying right now?
How bad is she? Can I try to heal?
She has her entire ribs are crushed.
Whoa.
She cannot get up.
I think Robin, it's safe to say that you're a rat queen.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
I don't have to do shit.
She never does things out of obligation, and she wouldn't now.
You really earned it.
Thank you.
I'm sorry for what I did. We wouldn't be here if I hadn't have taken that job. I should have trusted y'all at your word, but it looks like all of us that lie and, well, perpetuated the situation are all gonna get our due. Oh.
There's gotta be something we can do.
We can make it less painful.
Can I try to cure moderate wounds? To maybe.
I will say you can ease her pain. I don't know if you'll be able to heal her body, but you will be able to take away the pain from her. Roll me 2d6 plus, I'll say heart. Okay.
12.
You are able, you just see Robin just almost kind of relax back into the ground as her breathing isn't as labored. It's just kind of light now. It's kind of shallow.
Robin,
Thank you.
I'm so grateful, but I don't know what we can do for you. If this is really it, is there anything we can do in your memory? I'm so sorry.
Do you have any family or?
You know what you can do?
Finish this heist.
Get that Bilford Boggin thing back and stop all of this.
Yeah, this might not be a good time, but can Betty have your cloak?
What the hell, Hannah?
Roll me 2d6 plus heart.
It's a good question.
It is a good question. We just don't want to take it. It's just it's robbing from them.
That is very respectful of you.
Oh, frick. What, plus heart?
Plus, I'm gonna say heart.
Yeah, well, that's currently a 6. Where am I at with tokens?
You have 2 tokens.
All
I'm
right.
gonna just re-roll. and then see what happens.
Great.
Want that cloak? Rob
Yeah.
the dying woman.
So a 4 now.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna definitely re-roll and take that mixed success.
Great.
Unless
You got
it's
2 re-rolls left.
Oh,
It's
my
a-
goodness.
Yeah, if it's a
I'm
10
gonna
or
fail. Just gonna let it fail.
You're not gonna take that re-roll?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna let it fail.
You see Robin be like, "You're just gonna pull it off of my dead body."
And it goes to waste, and you know, it's a tenet of the group.
After this, I just wanna like touch her hair. I just wanna like comfort her in just a little way. Just
I'll say you do that. Yeah.
Can I still have my hands maybe on her like forearms, just
And you see her just kind of smile and relax.
you did a great thing, Robin Banks.
You know what? Always thought this was gonna happen to me when I was alone. And there's nothing better than, well, being surrounded by you 4. Actually, she looks at you, Betty. And you see with one arm she is able to take off her cloak. She hands it to you.
Okay.
Go get your friend. I'll be right here waiting.
Because it'll just be your body. Just
Shut up. Thank you, Robin. We're gonna kill that bastard, and we're gonna get our other friend back.
thanks to you.
Thanks to you.
Rat Queen salute.
We don't have a salute.
That's a rat queen.
Yeah.
I'll just
Okay.
You see, you see Robin kind of do it too.
I think that's good. It looks like a rat.
good job.
It's like a crown.
Well, that's that.
It's not. Does that mean something?
Oh, that's not. We'll research that. Research it. Oh, it does actually. That's the devil.
While they're making up this devil salute, just while they're doing that, we look distracted. I'd love to stealthily just get situated.
Roll me 2d6 plus canny.
All right, that is a 7. Do I have any tokens?
You do not have any tokens, Violet, but there are 3 rerolls.
I'll take a 7.
You can ask one question.
What's the best way to keep this situation from getting worse?
What an excellent question. Thank you to everyone who voted in our last poll.
Oh, I thought for sure the vote was for Robin to get. Oof.
Well, while you're
Wonderful.
looking at those polls, I just want to say thank you again to everyone who
Yes.
has donated tonight, and I want to say thank you to anyone from the Emmy Action community who is watching the stream tonight. We're so grateful to have you watching this moment, participating in any way that you're able, and just thank you again for donating and keeping donating.
Yes, we are at $815. Thank you all so much. This is
Thank you.
amazing. And yes, thank you all so much. And welcome to our new friends. We're so thankful and honored to have you here and sharing in this story with us. And we fully support you and are here for you. What was your question again?
What's the best way to keep this situation from getting worse?
You see the crystal start to shake violently as it slowly descends into the ground, knocking you all backwards. It did not break, though. The center arcane crystal is still intact, simply poisoned. As D, your efforts did succeed, as out of the crystal, in a smoky form, emerges Auden, as he stands there with Chaos Breaker in his hand.
So you decided to show your face again. Well,
What?
You start to feel the ground rumbling beneath your feet. It starts light, and then it keeps shaking violently. and more violently until you are feeling an earthquake unlike you've ever felt before. And then almost in an instant, the four of you feel yourself being transported out of the arcane sanctum.
Where are we?
You now find yourself in the office of Madame Bula, who stands before you, now wearing a set of her old orc armor. And her walking cane has now transformed into a staff.
What? Did you do this? Did you bring us here?
We're so stupid.
Yes. Why? It's gone down.
We were just about to fight.
No. Queens. The fight is up here now. As you feel the ground shake even more violently and violently beneath you, as you see Madame Bula just yell, look at each of you, hold on to something! The barrier is down! And all of a sudden, out of the 3 stained glass windows in Madame Bula's apartment, in her office, you see this huge figure just burst out of this ground. This massive, terrifying thing just shoots up out of the ground. The stained glass windows in Madame Bula's office suddenly just break out of the sheer force and magnitude and power that whatever has just emerged out of the ground has created. And you look outside of the window as you start to hear the screams of terror from the people below, and beneath you is the largest sandworm you've ever seen in your life. As its a huge jaw opens and you just see circles and circles and circles of sharp, jagged teeth start to move clockwise and counterclockwise around each other as it lets out this horrid sandworm screech. Madame Bula turns to the 4 of you. All right. Let's do this, all right?
You mean jump into the mouth of that thing? Because we're done.
No, we're not done.
We're not
We're
done.
rat queens. Let's go.
All right. Here, follow me. As you see Madame Bula jump down.
Oh, follow you down there. That's what you meant. Okay.
As you see, like, with her staff lighting up, you see almost these 2 kind of magic-imbued wings appear behind her as she floats down onto the ground. And you start to feel behind you almost this kind of levitation. These wings appear, these magical wings kind of you feel them against your back as well. Do the 4 of you leap out the window?
Yeah, with wings.
Hell yes, I do.
I turned to Betty and said, you're gonna get on my back and you're gonna use a cloak as a little parachute for us.
We all have wings. We can fly. Look,
Oh wait, I didn't hear that.
Everybody has wings.
I follow.
Let's go, buddy.
Wait, that just happened?
I just grab Hannah's hand and I jump out the window.
I clearly went like, no, we're gonna die.
Let's go.
Yeah, Hannah, you start diving face forward, but then all suddenly your wings just like you feel these kind of magically imbued kind of wings safely land you on the ground as the 4 of you stand with Madame Bula armed and ready at the forefront. And from on top of the sandworm, you see Auden hovering, just watching.
Oh, that's just pathetic. That clearly you have some sort of ego problem. Like,
Yeah, no kidding.
You trying to compensate for something here?
Oh, how interesting. We insult him and tell him that he's not strong, and he comes up with a big sandworm.
Yeah, isn't that a little?
It's a little on the nose.
A little on the nose.
Ladies, I appreciate your quips, but we have lives to save right now.
And I hope everyone joins along and like shoot into the air so that we like circle him.
Your wings were only for your descent down. They no longer can
Dang
jumping in the
One-time use.
Hannah, you try to jump in the air, and yeah, you just land back on the ground.
That was so fun. I want to do it again.
Guys, I have a very dumb but very small idea.
Great.
I'm going to use this cloak and get super small. Can one of y'all throw me up there?
Yes, absolutely.
So really, okay.
Let's do this. I put on the cloak that I received from Robin, and I shrink down What?
Roll me 2d6 plus heart to see if you know, because you don't know how she did it.
Oh, ooh, okay.
She should have told us before she died.
It was pretty selfish.
Let's see. That's a 9 plus heart is 10. So that's a 10. Yeah.
Betty, as you wear this cloak, you kind of just feel like if you can will it. Kind of like as you focus kind of your thoughts while wearing this cloak. It isn't like there's a magic word, you're trying to figure out what it is. You just kind of remember seeing Robin do it, and that she just kind of almost, you remember seeing her face and almost that she thought about it, and then she did it. So, tell me how you do this.
Okay. Someone hold out your hand. Who's the best thrower?
Wait, do you like a slingshot her together?
What's your skill level?
0.
This is that again. I'm not letting Hannah throw me.
It could be canny.
I just go, okay, and I jump up, and as I jump up, I pull the cloak tighter, and I just think, small, and I shrink down and land in her palm.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Throw me up there towards Auden. I get out my daggers.
Yes.
All right, I want to throw her.
I mean, she is the one
Skill?
with the broken arm.
Yeah,
but-
roll me 2d6 plus skill.
She yelled at him.
healing.
So you're aiming towards Auden. Wonderful. Aim straight, please.
Aim true. Oh!
And 11, 12, 13.
Yes. That's my Violet stang.
Violet, tell me about this throw.
All right, so I'm gonna just blow a little kiss to her. Hope I don't kill her. And then I'm gonna look at Auden, and I'm just making eye contact the whole time, so that when I lean back and I aim, it's just right at his chest.
I throw up a little in my mouth as I'm tumbling through the air, but it's a straight shot. I go, and as soon as I get like this far away from him, I just think big, and I turn back to normal size, and I want to stab towards his heart.
Roll me 2d6 plus, I'm going to say skill. Okay. See if you're able to manage that.
Wow.
8 plus I have tons of tokens, so 9, 10.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. So yes, with a 10, yeah, Betty, tell me how you do this.
Jeez.
I launch straight at his chest. I look him in the eye, and I say, "This is for Robin," and I just slash him across the heart like this, as deep as I can.
As you slash him across the heart, yeah, your daggers pierce through this kind of shadowy onyx armor that he now appears to be wearing, and you hear him just kind of screech out in pain, very similar to the screeches you heard of the twins. When the twins started turning into Chaosiums at the VIP tent, after the events of the Palisades Summer Solstice Festival, you see Auden just kind of screech out as the worm kind of reacts to him yelling, but is still focused on the 4 of you below. Madame Bula, with her staff, tries to create a barrier, kind of these 2 magically imbued barrier walls, keeping the worm from not moving more into Cascaseria, keeping it in this kind of area where the Creoker Crest kind of pool and lounge area was, now completely destroyed and simply rubble as where this worm has emerged. But you see her just trying to restrain this worm. Does anyone else want to do anything about the worm?
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Running at it.
Wings. Yes. All of Madame Bula's magic is currently focused on keeping this worm in a magically imbued pin.
That's fair.
So you see her, and she's just gripping. As she grips her staff tighter and tighter, you see the whites on her knuckles start to appear as she is using every bit of her strength and magic to just summon these huge barriers to keep this worm within some kind of area and stop its destruction elsewhere.
I'd like to channel my magic through my stoker and shoot it as a magic missile into the throat of the worm and see if I can, like, drill from the inside with it. Rah, 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 rah.
So you want to grab onto it as it's flying, or you just want
No,
to...
I want to charge it with my magic and chuck it so that it goes through into the mouth and, like, magic missiles down, like, through the
pierces the bottom of the worm.
Pierces the inside of the worm from, like,
Oh.
so if I spear chuck it correctly, it will go through the worm and out its other end and have eviscerated the insides. Hopefully.
Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
Meow 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 meow. What's my token rate right now?
You have 2.
Okay, great. So I'm definitely gonna take a reroll. We have them.
Yes, we have 4. You now have 3 rerolls.
Thank you, reroll.
Thank you, rerolls. I have what?
2 tokens.
6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9.
You want to use both tokens?
Yes. 9, 9, 9, 9. Oh wait, no. Just to make it an 8. Wait.
What was it?
Wait. 6, 7. Never mind. I don't need tokens because it's still going to be a mixed success.
All right. Good call.
No,
Wonderful.
I still have 2 tokens.
With a mixed success, Hannah,
Oh,
you are able, you start to, you magically imbue this rod, and like you say, you able to magic missile it into the throat of the giant sandworm. But unfortunately, you almost see the sandworm kind of jolt up as you clearly know, like, okay, it's this magically imbued poker has hit something. You start to see the worm kind of retch and start to writhe back and forth as Madame Bula tries to hold her ground even harder as this worm starts writhing and smacking against each of the magical barriers. And with one final turn of its tail, shatters the magical barriers as Madame Bula is sent flying backwards and is incapacitated on the ground.
I didn't. She told me to do something.
Is the poker still in it?
The poker's still in it, yeah.
And it's still writhing?
It's still kind of writhing. It's super deep inside. Like, it's super deep inside of it. You do not see the poker. Like, you can only imagine where it is in the guts of this giant sandworm. Betty, suddenly you feel a hand grab your cloak as it raises you in the air.
Hey,
You see Auden pull you close to his kind of face.
what's up, bud?
As he starts to fly over the worm's mouth
No thanks.
and releases you.
Can I try to acrobatics my way out of this situation?
Roll me 2d6 plus canny.
Here we go. Backflips. Nat 12.
That's not.
But
Betty.
it's a 14. So.
I'm gonna take away those dice from you.
I know. Can we have them?
Betty, almost. How do you do this? I have an idea, but
Sure. As I fall, the mouth is so big I can't avoid going in it a little bit. But there's so many rows of teeth. I just I latch onto one of them and I just flip underneath it and around. And I start flipping up and up and up until I get to the edge of the worm's mouth. And I'm like, and I just yell, "Bilford Boggin, will you die already?" And I want to kind of jump on the back of the sandworm and try to like slide down a little away from Auden.
I'm gonna say you do that. You're able to ride that worm and slide down the back of that worm.
It's like definitely a cool slow-mo where you just see whoop, whoop, and like the clockwork changes, right? And just as much as she's gonna eat, like,
So I'm sliding down a worm back while this is all happening now.
very cool.
Yeah. Luckily, you were able to slide. Like, it's almost as if the worm was thrashing. You're able to ride the thrashing as you're able to safely kind of jump off and land on your feet along a bit ways from your fellow queens. Rat queens. This worm is arriving. Your magical barrier is now broken, and this worm is starting to make its way towards town. What do you want to do?
I want to start climbing it with my letter opener. I just want to start doing that.
I'm going to say that I'm going to make a move here. I'm going to say that the letter opener is not big enough for you to kind of get a good stab on it and start pulling yourself up. Yeah.
Can I do like a lore check to see if I've read anything about the anatomy of these sandworms?
Sure. Ooh. Let's say roll me 2d6 plus skill.
Okay. For such great music timing.
How much do you know about them worms?
I got an 8.
D, you do have 2 tokens.
I will use
you
them.
all so much.
Thank you, tokens.
Thank you,
Perfectly
tokens.
timed.
Thank
you.
So you use the 2 of them?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes. So that's 10.
You can ask me 3 questions about this worm.
How you kill it? How you kill it? How you kill it? Just kidding. How do you kill it? Question 1.
Dee, before I answer your question, you must answer my question. What book did you read about killing the What book from your knowledge of literature, what was the book that told you about sandworms?
It is one of my very favorite romance adventure novels, The Sand and the Worm. And it's about an elven princess who lives in the desert, and she gets saved by
A sandworm.
a sandworm. No, a sandworm. I said it. Yeah, a sandworm. But then at the very end, there's a twist, and the sandworm is killed by.
Oh, I thought you were going to give me the character that kills the sandworm.
By someone doing.
You recall from this very steamy romance novel how steamy it indeed was, and you know that fire, especially if you put fire inside of this worm's body, it will probably start to incinerate its insides and take it out from the inside out.
Hannah, you gotta kill it with fire!
Fireball!
Do you have any more questions about that?
As she's doing it, it's like preparing. I'm like, do it.
I do say that real quick.
You can
have more questions.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to get to Auden. Wait, does it have to be about?
How can you paralyze
It has to be about the worm.
Yeah, I did.
You could ask like, is the worm being controlled by Alden, or what's happening here? Or
Sure, is the worm being controlled by Auden?
it is not. This worm just seems to be a threat to Cascaseria that was kept at bay, thankfully, by the barrier. But since the barrier has been broken, the worm has appeared.
Okay.
And what is the
Are
want?
there more worms? Are there more?
Is it just protecting its family? I mean,
It's gonna die. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, one more worm question.
One more worm question. Can we? Is there any way to use it to get the better of Auden?
I'm gonna say this worm is too big. Like, it is. This thing is stories tall, and like, especially if it's up on its back little worm bit. Like, this thing is a massive worm that could easily take out one of these resorts with
just gotta stop it.
two body slams.
Okay.
Like, you
It
have
just
to
needs
just
to-
stop it.
All right, that's it. Just kill it with fire.
All right. I'd like to tap back into what the feeling was when those wings sprouted. See if I could recreate that. And also I can get to the height that the worm's mouth is at, so I could shoot the fireballs into his mouth.
Ooh. How tall is how far would she have to go?
And can I help her with magic, maybe?
That worm is about 15 stories tall.
Which is
right
exactly why I want my wings. Because I don't want to go in the other way.
now. You want to roll help D? Okay. Roll me 2d6 plus your bond with Hannah.
I'm gonna actually
Hannah.
split the
Wings.
I'm gonna say you have to roll skill for these wings because you kind of saw what what Madame Bula did, this kind of aerial spell that helped you ascend to the ground as you collect your and you reflect on your mage college knowledge.
Oh shit, I was high during that entire shit. Oh no.
You got
Is there a
tokens?
reroll? There are boop. There are 5 rerolls.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Because that was a 6.
Did you say que rico?
Que rico!
Oh!
Yay!
That's an 11!
Wonderful, you get a +2 to this roll.
Great. Is this just for the wings? Or is it for the wings and...
Just for the wings.
All right. Shouldn't have asked.
oh, it's not touching the thing.
Well, it's not like it's going to make much of a difference. Well, yeah, real bad.
Reroll.
I don't have any tokens though, right? I just want
You have 2 tokens.
Okay. Oh, I do. I forgot.
So you want to use a reroll?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's the same.
Well, then your tokens
You use another.
Oh, that was 5 plus 6 plus 7.
plus
8,
No,
9.
no, that's 7 with hers.
Oh, got it.
So I'm gonna leave it be a mixed success with that because I'm also gonna make those magic missiles happen. Because it's also gonna be a mixed success if I do it again.
True.
Hannah, you're able to focus somewhat as you kind of channel these wings. You're not able, though, however, to get as high as the worm's mouth. You're kind of hovering at its midsection, it's taking all of your focus to create these wings.
Well, I did do that awesome alley-oop move. I'm sure if I channel my energies, I could make it like a ball and shoot it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can do it.
Posterize. I'm going to posterize this worm.
Yeah.
Hannah, you start to feel so confident in yourself. So, dare I say, selfish in your old ways, and then no, you got this. Who needs these other girls?
I got like I'm getting paid millions on this team kind of cockiness. Yeah.
As you almost focus all of your energy, kind of shoot up, find yourself in front of the mouth of the worm.
Hello.
And then as the fear overtakes you, your wings disappear, and you start to fall into the mouth of the worm.
All right. Well, if I die, I'll die trying. So the fear also makes my whole body engulf in flame, like a demon flame.
Okay.
And I go into the mouth.
Roll me
But straight down the center.
Well,
Roll me 2d6 plus skill to see if you're
How's
able
that skill? Okay.
to avoid all the fangs.
Well, also to make your whole entire body turn into the Human Torch.
Well, yeah, but I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die anyway. That's what I'm saying.
Are you able to conjure this barrier?
Shite. 5, 6. I'm gonna take a reroll.
Okay.
Six, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10.
So that's
Yes.
one of the tokens is gonzies.
Great. So with the 10, yes, you're able to suddenly...
Flame on.
You're able to, as you descend, you're able to just how do you do this?
No, it's as simple as that. The flame just goes and I do my best to twirl. It's and I love you, rat queens. Don't let me become worm poop.
As suddenly, Hannah, you're spiraling in a flame into the insides of the stomach, into the stomach and the digestional tract of this worm.
I want to die already.
Betty,
Must be so gross in there.
Betty, Violet, D, you see this worm kind of pause and then start violently thrashing as clearly Hannah is inside of this worm and doing some mad damage to it.
Guys, should we just open up its stomach or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okie dokie. I run over to the front of the worm. I try to assess where Hannah might be in this worm. And I want to just take my daggers and just start hacking away at the stomach.
Same.
Slash.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
I'm tickling it on the inside with my flames.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I take 3 tokens.
You have 4 tokens left, Betty.
All right.
With the 10, tell me how you cut up this worm.
I jump up and I kind of get one dagger in, so I'm hanging a little bit from the stomach, and I take the other one and I just start going, open up! My friend's in there! And eventually I just tear away the skin and the guts and the flesh, and I kind of start crawling halfway in, and I keep digging. There's blood everywhere. I'm all Sinworm blood is, green. I'm just really green. And I'm Hannah, can you hear me?
Hannah, from inside, you start to see this light almost appear, and it's you start to hear it. Through the stomach of this sandworm, you start to see this figure approaching.
I'm gonna burn you. This wasn't well thought out.
It's fine. Just burn through the worm, and then it'll die.
Okay.
Keep burning.
I shoot some flames downward, so that it continues going down. And then I pop out the hole.
Roll me 2d6 plus skill to see if you're able to send a fireball down. And I'm going to have you roll me a different roll after that.
Oh no.
Reroll.
This is your last reroll.
Worth it. 10.
Yes. Woo! That was worth it.
Yay.
But I use my final token.
Yes. You use your final token. Thank you for that. Hannah, yes, you were able to send a fireball downwards into the stomach of the further down digestional tract of this worm.
You're gonna regret these peppers later.
as you see this kind of fireball almost disappear into the depths. Roll me real quick 2d6 plus canny.
Let's see this one. 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right. With a 9, yes, you are able to kind of climb your way out of this worm, but unfortunately, this worm, in its final moments, just pukes up this acid. Almost like an acid reflex, you could say, due to all the heat in its tummy. And you see like just this acid spray shoot out of this worm's mouth. And unfortunately, Hannah, you feel the back of your right leg getting singed by acid for 4 points of damage.
Oh,
Still alive.
buddy.
That's
And
okay.
I find her arms, and I kind of yank her out. And we're just both covered in just a lot of sandworm.
And I like hug her, get her even more dirty and blood.
This is fine. This is not my first time inside a giant
I
beast.
almost thought I was gonna die.
I know.
You saved my life.
You always almost die.
You saved my life.
Okay.
The four rat queens, you find yourselves outside the corpse of this sandworm sitting there as Madame Bula starts to pick herself up. What happened? Is everything...
We killed it. I mean, let's go get Auden.
Can I go dip off in a water pool?
Later.
No time. Where's Auden?
See, Auden, thank you so much, chat, for all the amazing tokens you've given tonight. Can you believe it? You gave enough tokens to create 7 baggages. Wow, it's amazing.
Oh dear.
So I get to
job.
make a little GM move. Thank you so much. As you see Auden still hovering in the same spot he was as the worm was thrashing, Auden did not move.
Oh, interesting.
As Auden takes his blade and points it at Bula. And you see him throw his blade down into the stomach, the open mouth of the worm.
Oh no.
And you start to see the flick of the worm's
no.
tail. And then you start to see the worm's body kind of like
How did we not anticipate this?
coming back to life. And thank you for that GM move. The worm is back. And now the worm is spewing acid around it. So have fun. As this now reanimated worm starts to take on a very kind of onyx-like hue as its teeth then become these hematite stones. As now they are not just teeth, they are very sharp gemstones. And as it starts to kind of slowly slam its way towards you and towards the Creoker Resort. Creoker Crest Resort. As Auden just stands there hovering and smiling. And Bula you see Bula almost just kind of she takes so much of her strength, and you just see these wings appear behind her again, this time even brighter and even more full force, as she shoots up into the air and starts to take on Auden head straight, like full on.
This totally feels like her fight. I think we're good. We did a good job. I need to go take a shower. It's too much now.
Hannah, I can't tell if you're kidding when we're in crisis and you do this to us. Are you kidding?
But when you see the worm throw its head and a wave of acid is coming towards you, you all need to roll me a 2d6 plus canny.
You can roll first.
Okay.
Wow, you're
Wow.
That's
mine's
11 somehow. Wow.
Mine's a 10.
Mine's a 6.
So 11, or
10.
10, 11, 6.
Rerolls?
There are no rerolls. Violet, you have 2 tokens though.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah. Well, at least use one. Make it a 7, please.
Great.
And I'm a 7.
Thank you for those tokens. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Great. With a 7 and a 7, Betty and Dee, you're able to. Yeah. How do you dodge out of the way?
I just like lay down, just roll really fast, like little barrels out of the way. Have all the acid.
I do a cartwheel.
You see suddenly
I have my scimitar in my hand and I just cartwheel.
you see these beautiful acrobatics from Betty and Dee as they get out of the way. Violet and
We're
and Hannah.
fighting. I sometimes need to make a joke to bring
Is
some
it a
levity.
joke, though? Is it? I mean, we're in the middle of combat,
I understand,
Hannah.
but we just did a lot of fighting, and yes, sometimes it's good to be joking, and sometimes I'm kind of serious.
We gotta go. And then I see you, Dee, out of the corner of my eye doing a cartwheel, and I'm like, that's a good idea. I could do that, too.
And I see it, what she's thinking, and I'm like, your arm.
Violet, as you attempt to somersault, you just kind of like fall down, and this acid just hits you for 5 points of damage.
Jeez, that's what a mixed success means.
As you start to feel
5 points of damage.
5 points of damage, as you start to feel the kind of the light armor that you had on start to kind of singe and almost melt.
I throw myself on top of her to like calm the acid because I'm covered in gut.
Wow. Okay. Yep. Hannah, you also take 5 equally points of damage from that roll. Apparently,
Just because I want to leave doesn't mean I won't stay.
yeah. And Hannah, as you kind of fire blanket yourself on Violet's body. Unfortunately, your leg that had acid, kind of an acid burn, gets more acid into it, as now you cannot walk on your back right leg.
Oh, cool.
So moves from you, any kind of physical move from you, is going to be take a -1 to it. It's going to be a little bit more difficult.
Great.
I'm
Cool.
so sorry, Hannah.
Why are you sorry? I chose that.
You chose it. Thank you. All right.
You see the sandworm slowly lumbering as it kind of lifts its head up and screeches and starts to slam its body down towards you. But it doesn't look like the sandworm is trying to hit you necessarily. It's trying to destroy the resort.
Are the eyes the same? Did the sandworm eyes?
There are no eyes on this worm.
Oh, that's right. That's right. But the teeth are.
The teeth are the hematite stones.
I see. Okay.
They're these hematite, kind of very sharp, jagged teeth.
Is it crazy that I want to pull those out?
We have to destroy them with something. I mean, usually light worked last time, or fire or explosion sometimes works.
Maybe Madame Bula could sacrifice herself.
Nope, she's busy dealing with Auden right now.
Again. Is it a joke?
What is even going on?
Can I just... How close are we to it? How close are we to the sandworm?
I would say you're about 20 feet away from this thing, and it is like huge and lumbering and coming towards you, and kind of like as it slams its body against the ground, kind of you feel the ground shake a little bit with every slam.
Light. We're gonna need light. Gonna need light.
Is it daytime?
It is daytime.
I want to look around for any big broken pieces of glass or something that would reflect. that I
Or
can
something
use.
on a building that might be reflected.
Yeah, the Madame Bula's stained glass windows have just now shattered. Roll me 2d6 plus canny to see if you're able to find like the perfect piece.
Canny.
Jesus, this is the worst roll we've had all night.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will use all my tokens.
You have 4 tokens left, so you get a 6.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Nicely done.
Thank you again.
Thank
for
you,
these
tokens. With a 10, you are able to find. Ironically, it is a piece that was from the Madagu. Madame Bula's office stained glass windows were of the 3 different resorts. The Icerfell, Auden's kind of ice and geometric resort. In the center was the Madagu, Baron de Bolbeck's kind of golden Art Deco resort. And to the right was her own resort, the Gothic Creoker Crest. You're able to find this gold sparkling, and would you believe as you look to it, it is actually gold painted. This beautiful piece of stained glass was actually gold painted, so it is catching light like no other right now, and is beautiful.
All right, guys. Got a light source. You guys have your magic. I've got this piece of trash.
Okay.
Cast light.
I'm gonna try to. I want to go up into a building to try to get like head level with this thing, so I can jump onto it. Because I'm like carrying this big thing, and I don't know. Is there anywhere high up I can do that? Or
Is there a balcony or anything?
Yeah.
You can see a few balconies on the residential side of the resort, but you're gonna have to go in that resort and go up those stairs to get up
No
there.
time.
Someone can throw her.
I can throw her.
Can you throw me that high?
If she goes small, does it take the piece with her? What?
Betty and D.
Oh my!
Combo move.
You start to feel like your light and your reflective
I love
glass
this
that
group.
it can. Oh my gosh, perfect timing!
Yay!
And thank you guys.
you.
Thank you all so much. We've hit over $1,000.
Yay!
Oh my
Thank
gosh,
you.
so much! I will bring in that character at the end of this video.
All right, D. I have an idea.
Okay.
I don't have to get up there. You just need him to point his dumb mouth towards me, so I can reflect into it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Can you use your magic to get him to face me somehow, or make me look delicious? I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, sandworm.
Burn him!
Look at this delicious smidgen down here.
I mean,
I don't know.
Burn him out. Make him. You sick burn him.
I'm gonna cast light with my scimitar and just hey, get its attention
I'll say the sandworm doesn't have eyes, but
Right.
it will hear you.
and sense the heat. Maybe.
It will hear you, and it's definitely gonna be drawn towards the noise that you are making.
Hey, sandworm.
Yeah, as you kind of swing your light encrusted scimitar.
okay, so I wait for the sandworm to kind of rear its mouth towards me to try to eat me. I try to make delicious sounds. I'm so good. Come over here. And then, as it turns towards me, I'm just gonna try to catch the light exactly and just try to straight into its big maw.
Betty, you're able to catch this perfect beam of light, and almost the Hannah and Violet, you see this perfect beam of light almost shoot off of this reflective pain, this golden reflective pain, as it fires into the mouth of this worm, and you start to hear this worm kind of as it starts to screech and flail backwards as the light, you can see that the light is kind of starting to burn it from the inside. Its wound that you created earlier, you start to see kind of light coming from inside of it as this worm looks deterred and hurt by the light you've caused. And above Violet, Hannah, Betty D, you see that Madame Bula and Auden are in a fight as you see her pushing back his hands on her staff as she's kind of trying to grapple him, trying to send him to the ground with every magical move that she makes, every kind of arcane bolt, arcane light, arcane force that she tries to push him with. He is fighting back against, as if it keeps hitting him and as if nothing is happening. And you see him grab her staff and then grab her and throw her towards the ground. As suddenly you see Madame Bula falling out of the sky as she creates a crater into the ground about 20 feet away from you to the left.
I'm gonna run over and I want to heal.
Violet. My apologies. I'm so sorry.
Your outfit's Violet, to be fair. Well, no, Jesus.
Oh,
D.
I was like, is it? Wow.
D. Yes, you're able to run over there. Roll me 2d6 plus. What do you want to do?
I want to heal as much as I can, give her back
Roll
any
me
strength.
Yeah, 2d6. I'm gonna say heart.
Okay.
You're really channeling this.
I do love her though. There's no
Any rerolls?
rerolls.
There are no rerolls, and D, you have no tokens.
Oh my.
Then I have nothing. 5.
You are trying to channel it, but unfortunately, it's almost because you're almost directly above those kind of tainted crystals. It seems to be affecting your healing at the moment, as Madame Bula slowly kind of pulls herself up onto her staff and just looks at Auden. If you're going to be a man about this, come and fight me down here. You see Auden slowly descend and float down onto the ground. D, you are close to Madame Bula. Hannah, Betty, Violet, the three of you are kind of still a good distance away as the sandworm is still writhing. You did not totally knock it out as the sandworm continues to writhe and writhe and writhe. Oh my gosh. As suddenly, from behind you, a bright light comes. Almost this light bolt, and it pierces through the worm, and you see the worm freeze up, and then you see the chaos from the worm start to evaporate into the sun. And you turn around, and you see this very tall, angular figure, very long, white hair, 2 strands kind of coming down across his face. His ears are very pointed and kind of arched towards the back, as the rest of his white hair is braided in this beautiful, intricate braid behind him. And he wears almost these very ceremonial-looking robes and has a beautiful silver staff in his hand. Do you see him lowering the staff? Did I kill it?
Pretty sure you know that you killed it. Are you just trying to show off right now? What is this?
I recommend you retrieving the item from within its stomach, the thing that helped create it to be, gestures with his staff, this.
Yeah, the sword. The sword is still in there.
I want to run over and start digging it out.
You want to start digging it out? You want to climb into the worm's stomach and try to go find the sword?
Watch out for acid.
I mean, I'm already all goopy. I might as let's open it up a little more first before
Thank
we
you.
dive in there. Just slice it. Try to slice it more open.
I'll say, Violet, roll me 2d6 plus guts to see if you're able to dig into this worm as well.
I see what you did there. Guts.
Wow.
Spicy
Yikes.
dicey.
Oh, yikes.
Oh
boy.
I got a 4.
Ooh. Violet, as you just take your sword,
Yeah.
and you just try to hack into this, you try to hack in the worm. Unfortunately, the part you thought you looked to the right of where Betty's cuts were, and you said, "Well, maybe we can open up this area." Unfortunately, you hit the acid sac on the worm, and you take 6 points of acid damage as
my
this
God.
acid just comes,
no.
it's like
You're
spewing
very
out onto your armor. Now your armor is completely disintegrated. You have no more armor.
Failed. I failed.
Okay.
Failed.
All right. I'm gonna try to go through the hole I made originally and go look for it.
Roll me 2d6 plus canny. Dee and Hannah, you are still standing next to this dark elf wizard. What do you want to do?
I'd like to see if he's attractive.
I'm gonna say, yeah, he's very attractive.
Okay.
He's got a nice angular thing going on.
So, who are you?
My name is Andreas Longshot.
Yeah, long shot. Nothing's a long shot about you.
Charming. And well, whenever there's why am I telling you this? Maybe I'm feeling friendly in this place. Whenever something of largely magical proportions happens, well, we are dispatched, and I'm simply here to take care of business.
Oh, good. So you're here to help. Let's stop with the chit chat and stop this thing.
You could kill that dude.
Yeah.
He definitely needs a good shot of light up the ass.
He seems to be busy at the moment. As you look over and you see Madame Bula almost holding this dagger, like incredibly close to Auden's heart, as she's just trying. His hands gripping onto her orc hands, as it is a test and a match of strength. As you see Madame Bula's eyes just welling with tears as she's trying to pierce this dagger into Auden as he just stands there motionless, keeping her hands at bay. Betty, what did you roll?
10.
Wonderful. With a 10, you are able to nimbly climb. Yeah, how do you climb through the stomach?
I open up a little bit more, but I'm just ugh, I'm gonna get gross anyway. I'm already gross. I had to crawl in. Where's the stupid sword? I hate this thing. I'm all green and the acid. And I see it kind of a little in this is something hard and shiny and long. You know what I mean? And I grab it and I kind of start backing out. I'm dragging backwards the sword. I hate going inside big monsters. It's just seriously the worst thing.
Betty, roll me 2d6 plus heart really quick.
When she said shiny, she meant listening.
Oh, that's an 11.
Wonderful. The chaos from the Chaos Breaker is not able to affect you.
Oh.
As Betty, you were able to pull this sword out from this worm's stomach.
Okay. I want to check out my arm, see if those runes are doing anything.
As you approach the sword, you see the runes on your arm start to almost light and start to glow off of your skin a bit.
Okay.
The mark of Narigoth is becoming active.
Yeah, okay. Is there anything big and heavy like a boulder, like a big rock I can pick up nearby?
Roll by 2d6 plus canny.
Okay.
See if you can find this
I'm
good,
just holding
big
this
rock.
giant sword and just dripping green stuff everywhere, like.
Yes, Betty, I will say because you were wearing that cloak, its magical abilities were able to stop the acid from hurting you.
Yeah.
Also because you rolled a very positive number.
It's a 9.
Wonderful.
No tokens, right?
No tokens.
All right.
No rerolls. Let me double check. Oh, there's one reroll.
No.
Great. So with a 9, D, you were able to find, it's not the biggest rock, but you do kind of find a rock that's very, very sharp. It has some very sharp edges on it. It's almost like a piece of the stone from the resort's pool. A piece of this kind of black granite was shot into the air and it was cut in a certain way, so it creates a very, very sharp edge. It's not super big, but it is pretty sharp.
That's good. Okay.
Do you eat this thing?
Yeah.
I just kind of toss it in the ground. Have fun.
All right, Nrigoth. Time to fulfill your end of the bargain. And I promise I'll do mine.
D, as you raise it above your head, at the same time, you hear a piercing scream. And D, as you slam the rock down onto the chaos breaker blade, it shatters. And what's left in its wake, inside from where the sword was, is now a crushed piece of hematite stone. As the sword begins to turn to dust and simply disintegrate into the air. As the four of you look over, and you see that Auden has just pierced the heart of Madame Bula with her own dagger. She stumbles backwards and she kind of props herself up against a rock. As soon as the blade was broken, you see almost Auden's body become less rigid.
Oh.
As he looks up at her. Oh, my love. And before he can finish, Auden begins to disintegrate in front of Bula, as the human half of him is simply left there. Madame Bula just holds on to the knife in her chest with her right arm, and her left arm reaches out and holds the hand of Auden. And she just sits there and just smiles. She says, "I didn't mean to give away your ring. I was just trying to protect what we made together. I saw Cascaseria as our child. The thing we both built and raised together. I'm so sorry you didn't see that. I love you." As Madame Bula slowly closes her eyes and her hand falls onto her lap. Andreas Longshot walks up behind the four of you. "Wonderful job you did there. It looks like you stopped this place from being destroyed. Now all that remains is the purification of the crystals."
What? How do you know about all this stuff? Who are you with?
Oh, well. Myself and the Triad have eyes everywhere, and well, we see what is going on.
And you wait until the very last moment to intervene? Is that...
I mean, Palisades happened.
Yeah, a lot of people died.
And you're talking over here sarcastically.
Yeah.
We gotta... You might be sexy.
Yeah.
But we did a lot of work. Just saying.
Yes. Your assembly is quite capable of handling these situations as we've seen, so we try not to interfere too much, but it appears that, well, we must now.
Do I still have the ring? Do I still have Bula's ring
You
on?
do. You still have Bula's ring on.
Can I just take a moment to go give it to her?
Yes.
I want to walk over to Bula with Violet.
I'm so sorry it ended this way. I'm so sorry. I want to give this back to you.
Her eyes don't open.
Bula?
She did.
I just want to place it on her finger. Anything? Nothing?
She's gone. I crouch down and just hold her hands. I wish we could have kept Cascaseria safe. I'm so sorry.
D, from within your mind, you hear a voice. Thank you, D. You did. As you feel your connection with Madame Bula kind of start to distance.
Nothing. I wish we could have just heard one last thing from her.
It's okay. She said thank you.
Oh, she did?
Hannah. Andreas Longshot turns to you.
I know you're thinking what I'm thinking. I'm single.
As his hands kind of flip, and you see an enchanted business card appear.
Oh my god,
He
this is moving
lowers
very
it to
fast. So what do? Just ring it up late at night when I'm thinking about you?
You notice on the card there is not a name or a number or anything. You just see a triangle.
Oh, triad.
We'll be watching. I'm going to go get myself a drink.
Wait.
I don't vacation that often.
Yeah.
Braga.
Braga, wait, yeah.
Can you tell us anything about our friend? She's been lost. She
Or
disappeared.
dead.
They
Not
said
dead.
she wasn't
Oh, that's right.
dead.
Oh, yes. Where did she disappear from?
The office,
Bula's office. I would have thought breaking
where
the
she-
sword would have done something because she ran into the sword.
Oh, your friend is back. Where did you lose her? As you see Andreas turn around and start to make his way into the Creoker Crest Resort. When suddenly a very young and sprightly half-elf dragon comes bolting towards you all, wearing an outfit similar to a bellboy's from the Matagu Resort.
Whoa! Oh, hey there! There's someone in Mr. Bullbeck's office who's looking for rat queens, and I was told that there would be a black-haired half demon and a smidgen and a dwarf without a beard and a priestess of Narigoth, and that you were the rat queens, and that your friend is in the office apparently.
Was it Braga? Big orc?
If this
One
person
eye?
couldn't have named us by our names, then I doubt that this person's going to know it's...
Well, I know her name because Master Bullbeck pointed her out to me.
Can you get to the point then?
Well, my name's James Warstone. I just want to say my name real quick. I can get you there real fast. I can turn into a dragon. That's like a cool curse, but it's like a cool ability.
What? The person's name.
Let's go, Hannah. It has to be Braga.
Mr. de Bolbeck's name told me her name was Braga, and that you would know her name.
She's back.
She's back.
Thank goodness. Come on, this is not a great end to a pretty rough day. Let's go get our friend back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hannah, Betty, D, you start to make your way into the Madigu Resort towards Baron de Bolbeck's office. Violet, you are kind of stumbling behind. You're just a little injured, having a little bit of a rough time. When suddenly you hear a familiar voice. Thank you for getting us to 1,000. You hear a voice calling out to you amidst kind of the chaos clamorings and the people coming out to see what's happened here with this giant now corpse of a sandworm laying in the pool and lounge area of the Creoker Crest Resort through the crowds, almost as if you sense this person due to your deep connection from them. You turn around and you see your brother Barry. But Barry's missing an arm. Barry is bloodied. And you see him on the back of a camel, kind of slowly hanging on to it.
Barry!
As he kind of slumps off.
I want to prop him up as much as possible. Barry! What happened to you?
He raises his left hand and touches your face. Vi. It's Palisades.
What?
It's gone.
What?
We cut to the ethereal in-between plane. As we see Braga wake up. For Braga, 6 hours has been 6 months. She finds herself kind of floating. She sees almost this ground, these tiles forming beneath her feet as she begins to step on them. And then a figure emerges in the distance and starts to approach her. It appears to be the figure of her orc father, who smiles and says, "Oh, I didn't expect you to be here so quickly." And finally we cut to the town of Palisades. Rumble is all that remains. We see the Rat Queen's home is destroyed. We see that the mayor's office and the barricades for the officers is slowly smoldering. And we see at the epicenter of the destruction of Palisades is a cracked Chaosium. What will happen to our Rat Queens? What has happened to Palisades? And will Braga be able to wake up? You'll have to tune in next week to find out on the Rat Queens RPG. Thank you all so much for joining us. Oh my goodness. Thank you all. What is this final total? Let me pull it up. Drum roll, please. Oh my gosh. Thank you all so much. Just through hyperrpg.storylogic.com, we have raised $1,165 towards Emmy Action Millions Missing. Thank you all so much. And thank you again, Lori, for bringing this cause to us and helping establish this amazing RPG charity night. We are so happy and honored to have helped raise awareness not only for Emmy, but to help fund and give so much money to this foundation to help with medical research and support and everything. Yes.
And I just want to say thank you again. And Emmy Action is a nonprofit organization that fights for health equality for all people with ME. We want to reach, educate, advocate, inspire, and support this community. If you have ME or any chronic illness, you can participate in our Facebook groups, chat with other people, get to know this brilliant and beautiful and brave community. And if you're an ally or you have just learned about ME, about myalgic encephalomyelitis, I encourage you to go to meaction.net, learn more, and share with your friends. This is not a rare disease, and we need to get everyone the treatment and support that they need. So if you learned something tonight, please share it. And ME Action is trying to raise $100,000 this year to keep up this amazing work. And I have a privilege to work for this organization, and I am so, so thankful for this. Over $1,000 tonight.
Woo! That's amazing.
You all just
Amazing.
rock. And thank you again to Hyper RPG and the amazing Rat Queens. I am thrilled to be a part of all of these worlds.
And if you're a new viewer and you were just like, oh my goodness, what was the middle of the story I just watched? All of our episodes are on YouTube or in podcast form, so if you like to listen to them or if you want to watch them, you can catch up on the story that way. We are here every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. The next arc is going to be a very fun one, a very interesting one. You'll see the setup for it at next week's episode, so definitely stay tuned as we dive more into the Chaosium, more of the old god Arius, and more into what our queens will have to face. So let's go ahead and thank everyone from the One-Shot.Stray Logic who helped make tonight possible.
A lot of people get blankets.
A lot of people got blankets.
I'm excited.
Riley Jest and Riley Jest.
Yay, Riley.
Thank you so much.
Is that our Riley?
Thank you, Riley.
The Purple Hand.
Purple
The Purple Hand.
PR Fan 2002.
PR Fan
2002.
Metsu's Phantom.
Metsu's Phantom.
Rage Cage.
Rage Cage.
Super Mega Ultra Hyper Force.
Super Mega Ultra Hyper Force.
Winston EXE.
Winston EXE.
Mexican Robin.
Mexican Robin.
Final Fantasy 11 Master.
Final Fantasy 11 Master.
Am I reading my Roman numerals right? I think so.
I think it's Final Fantasy 9.
Final Fantasy 9. Oh, it's 9. I'm not reading my Roman numerals right. Apology, Final Fantasy 9 Master. Barking Darrow.
Barking Darrow.
Keen 456.
Keen 456.
Numpty 524.
Numpty 524.
Mike Walsh.
Mike Walsh.
Mike Walsh again.
Mike Walsh again.
Dambowski 11.
Dambowski 11.
Zauron 23.
Zauron 23.
Game of Joe B.
Game of Joe B.
Uberbaldi.
Uberbaldi.
Skeetle Daz.
Skeetle Daz.
CMC 617.
CMC 617.
Jamie Emmy Action.
Jamie Emmy Action.
Dashing CN.
Dashing CN.
Aradan Sick.
Sick.
B Porter.
B Porter.
Damoon Rules.
Damoon Rules.
I'm halfway through. Apology if I mispronounce any of your usernames. I'm improvising. Shadow Uzumaki.
Shadow Uzumaki.
Repeat after me.
Repeat after me.
Not that part.
Not that part.
Repeat this next part.
Repeat this next part.
Never mind, ladies.
Never mind, ladies.
That was all real.
That was all real.
That was just me commenting. That was Gaiaka. Krosos Gamer.
Krosos Gamer.
Jabberwocky.
Jabberwocky.
J Pistol.
J Pistol.
Doomsday Danny.
Doomsday Danny.
J Pistol.
J Pistol.
Royal Tsunami.
Royal Tsunami.
J Pistol.
J Pistol.
Mexican Robin.
Mexican Robin.
Giant Replacement Baby.
Giant Replacement Baby.
J Pistol.
J Pistol.
PR Fan 2002.
PR Fan 2002.
Mr. Fantasy.
Mr. Fantasy.
And Fegs 252.
Fegs 252.
Thank you all so much. This warms all of our hearts. I know Hyper RPG is very, very big about giving back, being a part of a community, and constantly supporting charities and those who are in need. So thank you so much for joining us tonight and being such an impactful force of amazing, giving, and loving people. We will always remember this. We are so thankful for every single one of you who not only tuned in, voted in the polls, but participated in learning about ME tonight. Thank you all so much from the bottom of all of our hearts. Before we go, where can we find you?
You can find me here. I'm going to use my time to just shout it out to Laurie Jones, who has not only taught me about a lot of things that need attention, but also how to just be a pretty damn human great damn human. And pretty. And pretty. She's probably the best person I know.
Her name is Jessica Lynn Verde. She didn't say it, but that's what it is.
It's not important at the moment.
My name is Michelle Witten Bradley. You can find me on the internet at I am Chubby Bunny.
And I am Laurie Jones. You can find me at Laurie Michelle Jones on Instagram. And Laurie Michelle J on Twitter. And you can also find me at Millions Missing Los Angeles Saturday in Santa Monica, 12 to 2. We will be right across from the Coffee Bean with a wonderful visual demonstration.
Awesome.
Yay. I'm at Eliza Pearl on Twitter and Instagram. And yeah, I just want to shout out Laurie for bringing this to us as a fundraiser, and Malika and Zach and everyone here at Hyper for helping us to raise funds for Emmy Action. And also Jen. Jen is my dear friend from college. I'm going to cry now. I've known Jen for a long time, and I remember just when she started going through her illness, and how I'm just so proud of her and how she has been able to use her suffering to help so many people. And I just want to remind all of us that we can do that, and whatever you're suffering through, whatever you're struggling with, you can get through it step by step. You can and will get through it, and that can be your superpower. Let that be your superpower and bring some good to the world, because we need it.
And I just want to add that Jen Brea she's the co-founder of Emmy Action along with Beth Mazer, and she's also the director of Unrest, which you can watch on Netflix if you want to learn more about Emmy.
Yes, watch Unrest. It's really good.
Thank you all so. Now I'm gonna cry. Thank you all so much. I'm frankly_Emily on Twitter, and then with an extra underscore on Instagram. As I'm sure a lot of these lovely ladies here, growing up, giving back was a big part of my life, and supporting organizations that were very important not only to my family but to my own beliefs. And I'm so thank you, Laurie, for teaching me about Emmy. And because this is how awareness is shared, this is how awareness happens, is by telling others. And thank you so much for bringing this here and for letting us use this amazing platform of tabletop RPGs to give back in such a huge way. Hyper RPG has a ton of amazing shows happening every night of the week. Thursday nights we have Warhammer 40k. Friday nights is Troll Hunters. Monday nights is Kolok 1991. And of course Tuesday nights is Bloodcurdling Tales in Time. There's a bunch of amazing shows happening on this channel. Be sure to tune into all of them. Give them your support and your viewership. Thank you all so much. You're an amazing community, Hyper RPG. You always just surprise me and impress me, and it's just an honor to know all of you and to tell these stories with you. So have a wonderful rest of your night. We will see you here next Wednesday. And keep adventuring, my lovely, lovely queens.